Okay, boom. Section 10, episode 547, presented by Underdog Fantasy. Second place. They're 23 and 25. Brewed by Blue Moon.
Suck one. What up? What up? Section 10 of the Billy.
Produced by Jake Yazzie.
Fuck.
All right, so we got Cake Yazzie's still here. Yeah, man, this is tough. If you're watching on the YouTube, you know it's it's gonna be different. We're coming at you different. We're coming at you different right now because it was another tough series for the Boston Red Sox, man. You know, it started out. You know what kind of killed the vibes, Steve, on Friday? God. Yeah. No, what? Hold on. I'm not even Steve. Hey, I didn't even get to say what happened, brother. I didn't even get to say why.
What do you got?
Give me a chance.
You know who sucked? Steve again.
Hold on.
Hat.
Hold on, Steve.
A lot of support for the hat this weekend. What do you got?
Yeah. You know what I got? I got Underdog just dropped their new playoff basketball promo. With the extender, you can play your way to increasingly bigger boosts each round of the playoffs. Start a playoff series by using your game one boost and continue boosting each subsequent game to unlock the next one. The longer the series, the bigger the boost. You're going to want to see how serious it gets when that gets to Game 7. Game 7, Celtics, Knicks, tonight. Hop on Underdog, the best place to make picks during playoff basketball, and get started right now. Make sure you sign up with the promo code Jared. That's Jared. To get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a special pick on Underdog. That's Underdog Fantasy, and it's promo code Jared. This little ditty, this little fairy tale starts on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Friday Night Sox. You know, the boys are going to Fenway, and we were all invited. Even T gone. What are you flexing for, dude?
Well, I thought you were going to suspend me for getting lost and causing you guys to be 30 minutes late into the party, but I'm happy that you didn't do
I thought that there was going to be like a ceremony. I thought that like someone was going to be speaking and then there would be like a presentation,
a ribbon cutting.
It was kind of just like come at 4:30 and then go to the game at 7, come and go as you please type deal. So we weren't really late for anything, but I will say T was the first person with boots on the ground, but was still somehow 35 minutes late to get there to where everyone had congregated to go in the door. A little crazy, but again, I mean, it's to be expected when it's to be expected when the guy never goes to Fenway, so he doesn't know his way around Fenway. Like
I felt abandoned.
Why did you feel abandoned? I said, "Hey T, where are you at?" And you're like, "I'm at the team store." I'm like, "Cool, it started already." Like,
no, you just said where you're at. And I sent a picture. I thought you were coming to get me.
Why? On foot?
On foot, yes. We were parked in the same garage.
You thought you were going to carry him to the event.
What do you mean come to get you?
The way our conversation was going, I felt like you were going to approach me and we were going to walk together. So I was standing on the corner like a fool, waiting for my buddy, Jared, to come and grab me, and I was left alone.
We parked at the same garage, and then you went to a destination that wasn't the intended destination.
I can't take any blame for this. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're not the only one that can't take any blame around here.
Whoa.
Where is this going? I'm interested to see where we end
Jared,
up here.
I think there's blame for you. I think we have some real blame for you.
Blame for me? Suck a dick, dude. I don't know. You think
I'll get blamed for shit, dude?
Do you know what this podcast is?
I didn't do nothing. So there won't be any blame for me, brother. So we get to the event. Red Sox give out these very nice boxes that have jerseys. Did anyone get the jacket, Coley? I was told, so we didn't really figure out until we all opened up our boxes that everyone kind of had a different hat. Yeah. And there was a nasty rumor going around because it was jersey, hoodie, hat. And I had heard that some people got jacket instead of hoodie. Steve?
I would like to nominate my hat for Coley because Coley didn't get to get anything, and
I'll give him my hat.
Okay, all right.
Are they
I'm
different
giving them-
hats? I could be in the market for 2 hats if they're
I
different.
No, they're the
yeah.
same. It's more of the flat brim. Your head is more of a flat brim head. Mine's more
Definitely.
of the floppies. So I want
Agreed.
you to have my hat.
I want you to have my hat too.
Again, it could be in the market for multiple hats.
Mhm.
I just want it to be known that I said you can have my hat first.
I didn't get a
appreciate-
chance to. I didn't get a chance to. I was getting there.
Yeah, Coley, it's
T-
that hat, by the way.
T is not a hat guy, confirmed.
Oh my god!
What did I
get
do?
there. We'll get there. We'll get there because that's kind of what brought the series down.
Oh,
I'm not gonna jump ahead here, but god damn, dude.
it matched the
So-
fit.
So we get the jerseys. By the way,
Thank you, Steve.
course.
the jersey reveal.
And Jared.
Cake, did I not fucking offer Coley my hat too? That was
I don't-
crazy. Imagine
I don't
going
wanna
to a
talk over
birthday
you.
party. Imagine going to a birthday party and you get a present from your mom and a present from your dad, and then you go, "Thanks, mom." You know how that would make your dad feel? Like shit.
Most dads don't really care though in those spots. They're just
I
like,
care.
whatever, get it over.
I
with.
care. I care.
Dads
I
deserve
di-
more love.
And
Yeah.
I said, and Jared.
Yeah. You just didn't give him a second. You just
yeah,
jumped
that was
over.
that was like oh, like when we get in the car, you said thank you, but like in the moment you opened up the presents and you
All right, who's getting this blame? Here we go.
all right, so we get the jerseys. I'll take a little bit of blame, but I'm not going to at the same time. So I was wearing the teal Sea Dogs jersey that I bought, and what, Steve?
You didn't buy it. What are you talking about? I gave you that jersey as a gift, and you loved it. It's recorded
On what?
on a phone. I recorded on my phone, dude. I gave you that jersey for your birthday.
This is a bad look for you, Jared. I just want to make that clear.
So I bought this Sea Dogs jersey from the team store. Sea Dogs, PortlandSeaDogs.com, I believe, is the link. And when they asked us before we went there, they were like, name and t-shirt size. So when I asked the fellas, what are your t-shirt sizes? I was under the impression that we were getting, the color scheme t-shirts. So I wore a jersey because I was like, I'm not going to like take off what I'm wearing to put on a City Connect t-shirt. The Red Sox, super generous, gave us actual jerseys. So I was like, that's cool. But this jersey that I got on right now, like, it's my first time wearing it since I bought it. And I don't want to, like there'll be other opportunities. I knew I was going to the game the next day. So I was like, I can wear the City Connect tomorrow. So plus everyone out, the fellas are wearing it. It's like, I just chose to wear it on Saturday instead of Friday. So if there's any blame to be put on me for not being uniformed with the fellas, I guess, I don't know, but
Or
that's not
present with the fellas. But yeah, you continue.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I have to? Did you want to tell Train that no one was coming?
No, definitely not. Nope.
No, she's terrifying. She's very scary.
I would never want to cross train ever.
No. So yeah, I was not in the monster seats when Matt Olson hit the home run to you guys because 2 batters into the game, she's like, "We're here." So I went down to go get them at Gate D to walk them in, and I making my cross country journey. Steve,
I wanted to say real quick, because I don't know what kind of blame I'm going to get here, but I'm going to say this ahead of time, so maybe it lightens the blame. I thought you did a great job throughout the night of caring about other people instead of yourself. You put other people before yourself. And I was like, you want to sit here? You're like, no, I want the fellas to have fun. So I want that on record.
thanks.
Carry on.
I didn't sit once. I didn't have a sit. We had 2 extra monster seats in the second row, but I was like, I want everyone to sit in the front fucking row of the monster seats. I'll stand. I stood the whole night and I watched everyone have a great time. I had a great time too, but I was standing. I just want that to, be on the record. I stood the whole time. Like it was the national anthem, but for 9 innings. I was
It's the longest anthem ever. Yeah.
Oh, buddy, was it long. But to get from the monster to Gate D, I basically had to walk the circumference of the ballpark inside of it, which also takes a long time. A lot of stops, a lot of, hey, how
and
you
people
doing?
are in the way, right? And they're blocking
People
your
are in
way
the
and they don't know where they're
way,
going.
and then,
Yep.
oh, am I going to get a, drink here, ice cream there? You don't know, dude. It takes a long time. So I was in the Aura Club. Shout out to the Aura Club, by the way. What a fucking place to watch a ball game, the Aura Club. Shout out to Allie, who runs the Aura Club there. Yes, T.
Can we shout out the bartender from Tied in the Eighth as well?
His name is Darren. You don't know his name?
I've never met Darren, but he seemed like a gentleman.
Oh, Darren comes to the wrestling parties all the time. So you would know that if you showed up to one, but you don't.
You'd have to invite me to one.
Steve, have I ever invited T to a wrestling show?
On the show, I believe you've invited him. Yes. So
Yeah.
publicly,
On the show.
you have.
Yep.
I mean, T, that's a public
Where
invite.
else
That's
am
a
I gonna
big invite.
see you? Where else am I going to see you? I'm inviting you to my home to share a passion of mine with you. And
T
you
would be
said,
great at those, by the way. He'd be a great fit for
you'd
that
have a
event.
great time. You'd have
I heard there's good food.
Papagino's. Yeah,
You can call
exactly.
Jay Stew's there.
Oh, by the way, speaking of that, we got Prince Pizza last week, and I met the dude that you prank called.
Fuck. Was he a good guy?
Yeah, he was nice.
Damn it.
Yeah, I met him.
Hey, turn your mic up, T. Turn your mic up, T.
Turn it
Turn
up.
that
Hello?
mic up, T.
Hello?
Yeah, we
mic
can't
up.
hear you, T. There you go.
A little more.
Blob it up.
So
Hello,
Yep.
hello. Hello,
Give it-
hello.
Can you give us a blob it up?
Yeah.
Ba-ba-da.
it's still kind of not working.
You just
Can you
stink.
give us a
Ba-ba-da.
doobie-doop? No, doobie doop.
Now it just sounds like Tin Canny. I think he's
Yeah.
turning up like the. What's he doing, Cake?
I can't turn the gain up anymore.
Oh my god.
No, you're good. Can you give us a doobie doop, T?
Doobie doop.
Slobby dop.
Hmm.
Sheebity beep.
It's worse than before.
Are you
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
made
it is
worse.
worse. How'd it get worse?
Yeah, I
I'm
don't know.
quieter.
No, it's
No,
not
you're-
quieter. Your sound
annoying.
quality is worse.
Yeah, you're like breaking the mic.
Yeah.
When it's set,
Testing.
T, give us a babadoop.
Babadoo.
It's a
Better.
little bit cleaner, but not as loud.
It's still low, T.
Yeah, it's
Do you
not
have
as Tin
another
Canny.
control, perhaps?
Yeah.
Babadoo.
Yeah, no, back to being shit.
Babadoo.
I love the official doobie doop.
Wabada.
no,
No,
that
it's
one-
lower, yeah.
That's the
That's
worst
the-
one yet.
That's the quietest by far.
Does Cake know the same stuff about audio that Jake does? Like, do we even ask Cake how to fix this? Do you even know? Do you know Cake?
Cake doesn't know shit about dick.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't even know how to fix this.
And T's not on a Mac, right? You're on a PC.
Correct.
So I have no suggestions.
He is
for
such a
you.
PC guy.
Yeah.
No disrespect, T.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave and come back. How about that?
That'll definitely work.
Well, Cake, will that ruin everything?
No.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave and come back.
I
Cake
think
doesn't fucking know. I guess.
I think I got it.
Cake's like, yeah, don't do that. That sounds
Yeah.
bad.
How about now?
You-
Nothing changed. Nothing at
It's
all.
not terrible.
I hit every button I have.
Oh my god, why are you so low?
It wasn't like this before, yeah?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Dabadoop.
A little low, isn't it?
Can I take the sunglasses off? I can't really read the box here.
I mean, no one said to put them on.
He's saying that like we got a rule in place of like, if you fucking take those things off.
Fellas, you mind if I see you for a few moments?
you guys mind if I take a gander?
Now he's also doing this one-handed because he thinks he's blocking the camera.
He's just not blocking himself at all.
Oh my god. See, yeah. What do you got for us?
I fixed it.
No, you didn't. It's terrible.
For sure not.
I don't know what else to do.
You're,
You're
you're
quiet
getting
as-
more and more distant. You're like in 3 rooms next door. Like this is.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
I did it.
No, it
it's
stinks.
distorted.
Cake. What happened? What happened here? What do you theorize went down behind the scenes?
I think he was just so distraught from all the slack he was catching from the hat on Friday night that he's just he's having a mess.
Yeah. I wish
How
I
about
knew how
now?
to help you, T. Huh?
Oh,
Try
try
That
again.
wasn't bad. That wasn't bad.
How about now?
Nah, no, you ruined it.
No.
Yeah.
Man.
What
I'm,
happened?
I'm still trying to figure out the physics behind how your hat. Like I've only seen one other hat like truly death-defy me. Like wow, how did that? And that's Ti. And it's like, how is he keeping that fucking thing on? But you, with how it was bent and then also like not really on your head, but was also like super on your head. I've never seen anything like it.
I try to go for the like look where the hat looks like it's sitting but not on your head a lot of the time, and I think when you get caught in between, the under flaps get you. And I think that's what happened to me there. And I also was repositioning the hat leading up to the homer, and I think I got caught a little in between there as well. It matched the fit. It looked good. I just didn't execute.
We'll get to the hat. Because by the time I had gotten to the Aura Club, I look up, I hear the crowd. They were like, ah, and I was like, oh, someone hit a home run. Look at the TV, and I'm like, no fucking way. Like, you've got to be absolutely fucking me that it was the most sitcom reaction that you like. If we were going to sit in the front row of the monster seats, you can read Mikey Eamon's lips clear as day. Throw it back. You gotta throw it back. You gotta fucking throw it back.
Come on, kid.
And Jake is looking on in disappointment. Like, I can't believe he's not throwing it back. Tyler's like, I'm not taking it from him to throw it back. And Mikey's like, you gotta throw it back. You gotta throw it back. And Steve's like, well, I'm not doing it. I'm holding on to it. I'm not throwing it back. I'm not gonna throw it back. And Steve got absolutely crucified on the internet, crushed, dismantled for not throwing it back. And you know what? Everyone was like, I can't wait for Jared to suspend Steve for not throwing it back. I can't wait for Jared to destroy Steve for not throwing it back. And here I am on this Sunday night, May 18th at 8:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time saying, I also would not have thrown it back.
Can't throw it back.
Cannot throw it back.
Can't do it.
Can't throw it back for a number of reasons.
There's one main one, but yes, there's a lot of reasons here.
There's a few main reasons. I'll start with this reason. I have spent my whole life waiting for a foul ball. Never got it. Home run ball, way better than a foul ball.
Much.
Never throwing it back. Second, what's going on, T?
Jesus Christ, T.
I figured it out. We're back.
What the fuck?
It's not good, is it?
Tyler, what the fuck?
I figured it out. I got worried when he logged on and I could hear his thoughts. I could hear the room shaking and the ghost.
We were in his brain when he logged back up.
Oh God!
Who was the ump last year with the microphone like in
on
his
ESPN?
box? You keep turning it down. You're getting closer.
Wait. You might actually be good. You might actually be good.
My ears hurt. So the most confident ever. Fuck shit phones. Keep going with your story, Jared. You said you never got a foul ball or homer? We're good to go for here, boys.
I'm trying my best here.
You can hear his lungs expanding with his breath.
All systems go here. Like, no, not at all.
I'm better though. I've never seen the mic thing turn more red than when I started talking.
A skull just popped up. Like, nah, you went too far, man.
You've killed at least 2 people here today.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
God, my fucking abs hurt. I don't have abs, but like my abdomen region. Oh, Jesus, T. Never change, buddy. Never change.
We found a way. We battled.
Talk next, fellas. Keep good, Jared. We're good.
What were we talking about?
Oh, how you've always wanted a foul ball or a homer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a home run ball, that means, because there's plenty of foul balls that you get where you don't make it on TV. You get a home run ball. Now you got screen time. And second of all, another big reason, Steve, we were guests of the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, that's my number one reason I have written down. Yeah, can't do it. What?
Yeah, I guess like the other big reason would be like, it's for, I don't know why this is. It's not an ejection in every big league ballpark. At Wrigley, you can just throw it back on the field and it's like, yeah, they don't care. At Fenway, it's a Fenway rule. It's not, I thought, I was at a game at Wrigley and someone threw the ball back on the field and I was like, oh, they're going to kick this guy out. And they're like, nope. Like, we do that here all the time. I was like, oh, I didn't realize that wasn't
because
like
of like where we
thing.
grew up and what we're used to. This is our environment, so this is what we know. Hey, when you throw that thing, you get tossed. You throw that ball, like you're 100% gone. And I knew the second I ended up with the ball, I'm like, I'm not. It wasn't like a question of do I throw this or not. The Red Sox are hosting us in the front row of the green monster seats after giving us free City Connect jerseys, which I'm in love with, and we're all hanging out with the fellas, having like the night of our lives outside of the Red Sox then sucking. I'm not going to throw the ball onto the field. And I have a cannon, Jared. So, like, I could have like killed somebody. Like, I got to factor that in, too. I could have hurt one of the players.
Yeah.
I should have just hucked it off Duran, if we're being honest. I mean, he's right down there.
Nice catch, pussy.
Yeah, he's right to climb the ladder and just beat the shit out of me.
He would have climbed the wall just to get to you.
Yes, probably. But continue, though.
But yeah, I mean, if it were me, I've been waiting for a ball in a game my whole life. Never really got one. Like, I kind of got one, but it doesn't count. Like, a couple of years ago, Kike hit a ball straight back in the Aura Club and like picked it up off the ground. Like, that doesn't count. Like, I've never had one hit to me, boom, right here. Never happened. Always wanted a ball in game. The Red Sox hosted us, and it's like, I don't know. You get getting kicked out, even if the Red Sox didn't host us and we were just there. Like, what a bad look for Steve to just get kicked out of a game on Nesson.
Also, like, of all the people on here, I don't think the odds are very high for me getting kicked out of a Red Sox game. I think we all would probably assume T would maybe do something.
I almost got kicked out, to be fair.
That's true.
What for the Nips?
Yeah. One of the security guys came down and was like, listen,
don't ever do that again.
Yeah, if I wasn't on break, I would have come and taken you out of this ballpark. And I was like, all right. No more.
I thought he was going to say, like, hey, one more of those and I'm kicking you out. And you just go, if someone hits a triple, I'm showing my nipples. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, that's just how it goes.
Why is that suspend? Why would that get you kicked out?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I didn't agree with that one. I would have played the overturn card on that. I would have got T back in if he got kicked out for his nips.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's Jared. One of the key factors here, which I don't know if
wow, that's wild, Jared.
What?
Am I that loud?
No, you're good now.
No.
Yeah.
When you came back, you blew out our eardrums, but now we're actually good.
That
and
was
can talk.
attempted murder for minimum.
It needs to be known, and I don't think I tweeted this, but I didn't catch the ball. We all know that, right? I didn't catch the ball. You know that, right, Jared?
I didn't see the video, but I knew you didn't catch it. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have figured that was the answer. But it hit Corey's thigh, and then it was right on like that little ledge there, and I just like picked it up. I'm like, what the hell? That's almost part of my reaction of like, how did I end up with the ball? Because it was Cake and then Corey next to Cake. So, but it took a bounce off his thigh, left a mark there, and then I picked the ball up, and that's when we all have our like cartoonish reactions.
That's why you were a piece of shit, is because Corey got his thigh destroyed, and you're like, well, I'm taking the ball.
I said we have joint custody of it. That's what I told Corey.
You don't. Who has
I disagree with. No. That's not how.
I mean, I have it, but I'm just saying, like, I think we both have part ownership.
High fly ball into left field. This is trouble. Duran is back at the wall. He looks up and it's gone. Into the first row of the monster seats. That was either caught by Steve Peralt or Tyler Milliken of Section 10. He's being pressured now to throw the ball back onto the field. It's 1-0 Atlanta. Can't make it up.
Can't make it up.
They're in the first row of the monster seats. When you get a homer when you're in the monster seats, I'm holding onto the ball, aren't you?
I think so. Peer pressure is a really, really powerful thing, however. They're all standing up there. Front row, it just perfectly tailed up to that first row of the monster seats. And man, left on left the way Crochet had looked in the first.
Yeah.
Do you have the
make
Nesson
this up.
call? Do you have the Nesson call by chance? There was a certain individual that did not give a damn that I ended up with that ball.
Almost like he wanted you to die. The fact that you were
Almost like you wanted to move on to the next batter immediately.
It's Sean Murphy. If he hits it near those fuckheads, I'll kill my. So.
I hope he hits a liner right off of that dickhead that you said caught it, allegedly. Probably didn't catch it.
Like, you throw back a home run out of like extreme frustration in my eyes. I get the Cubs do it no matter what, but
yeah,
like when that guy almost pegged Stanton,
that was the first thing I thought of. Yep.
He didn't get ejected, right? Everyone was like, "That's cool, like that. We're okay with that." Please
I think he did get tossed. I could have sworn they went back to him a couple innings later and he was gone. All-time throw, though. It's funny that Giancarlo tipped his like helmet or whatever to him as if he was just throwing the ball. He wasn't like trying to hit Giancarlo Stanton round to the bases. Let's give him a lot of credit. If we think that he tried to do that, that's crazy.
Why would you throw that hard if you weren't trying to hit Stanton? They were just
just being a dude, like, I'm gonna launch this thing. I mean that's what the dude a pitch later did, and he got thrown out. That's an important part of this, by the way.
Thrown out fast.
The next guy got tossed before we could even figure where the ball was. He was gone. Security had him out of there. So add that to the reasons why you just can't throw that ball back.
If like when the Astros beat us after the botched Las Diaz call,
I got
go ahead.
Okay.
Ends up being the case. Campbell at first, second base opens. He plays that position. Marcelo Meyer, this one driven deep to left. Duran racing back to the green, and that one is going to escape the ballpark. That's a home run by Matt Olson, number 8. And Atlanta on top 1-0. That's the one.
Wait, is there a longer version of that?
Oh, the longer version is where Lou gives a shout out.
Who had it?
I don't know. Where did we see it? I mean, there were so many. Obviously, the noties were flying in. It was hard to.
Did you tweet it, Steve?
I tweeted the radio one.
Who had the Nesson one?
Who had the Nesson? Somebody had to have the Nesson one.
T, you got it?
I'll try to find it.
I'm looking for it right now.
Okay.
If it's like a massive home run that like potentially ends your season, yeah, you throw that back because you don't want that souvenir. You don't want that Horcrux living in your home. First inning against the Braves home run, Matt Olson, like, yeah, you put that in your pocket. I think the only argument I see to throwing it without the ejection part that is huge, not catching it in the air. And that's where I don't see Corey having any right or custody to it. Obviously, I wasn't there. I'm not saying I would have made that play. I'm fucking terrified anytime I'm up there. The last thing I want is a ball hit like 110 miles directly at me. But if you either catch the ball or you don't, that's the name of the foul ball / home run game. You either catch it or you don't. Once it's on the ground, that's a live ball. You got to make a play. Steve made a play.
Here's the thing, Corey, his reasoning to me made perfect sense. He said immediately after, and it's not like he took time to like think of this. He's like, it flashed in my head that I'm going to be the guy that reaches over and interferes. Sure. And then there's a bunch of replays of that. And I'm like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. So he kind of played it like, he played it like a catcher. He almost was just like blocking it, if anything. So he took the beating and then he showed me his thigh. I think he tweeted it out.
Oh, he got smoked.
Like that actually kind of nuts. That's the case because it's an Oppo homer that was coming in. I'm like, how did it leave that much of a mark? But
107 off the bat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He got drilled. He did get drilled. But the other one, when we look up 2 seconds later, was more just like floating over us. That probably would have been a fly out in some other parks. But credit to Corey. He took the beating and then I kind of got the credit for it. And then got destroyed. So it's a win-lose because it's like I've always wanted, like Jerry's saying, and I hate to feel selfish here, like I've always wanted a home run too. And so having a home run ball is cool.
There's nothing wrong with wanting a home run, Steve.
No, I know, but I didn't not catching it's different. Catching a home run is like first place. That's the number one thing. Ending up with a home run ball, hey, still cool. But I am not telling anyone I caught this. Everyone's like, great catch. I'm telling them, nope, hit my buddy's thigh. I picked it up. That's what happened. It wasn't a catch. But Jared, an important part here is that I think not only would that have been probably you catching the ball, but that was your seat, right? Wasn't Corey in your seat while you went to get trained?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
That's the tough part.
This entire thing goes a billion ways differently. If you were in that seat, I think you just catch the ball. I think you then have that footage. You have the ball. They say Jared Carrabis makes the catch up there. Coley thinks he doesn't catch it.
Coley thinks I don't catch it, yeah.
I think based on, because Corey's not wrong, it did sneak over like the lip of the wall. So it did come in lower than most monster home runs. You know what I mean? It's not like coming down at you. It did like just sneak over.
But just that gap, right? You still got that gap. So like, I think you
Oh,
could
sure,
have just
yeah,
caught
have your
it
hands
normally
ready.
without like reaching over. Those, dude, the balls come at you quick up there.
Real fast.
Very quickly. And you don't realize that. I'm like, oh, we got some time. And then boom, it drilled Corey. So like there's not a lot of time up there.
Well,
but I think Jerry catches it. We got 1 yes and 2 no's. I think you would have caught that ball.
I think it's a
I
good
didn't say
thing.
no. I
that
didn't
it
say
didn't
no.
You said,
happen.
yeah, true. We got 1 yes and 2 ands.
I would need to know like how high over the lip did it go? Like if I stood up, where is the ball? Like is it
It's
like,
like
for you,
below
it's
my
up here.
nipples?
It's
thigh
like
High and
chest?
up.
it's like here. It's like here.
So it's coming at like the center of my chest.
Lower.
Closer to your dick. Closer
Yeah,
to
I mean,
ball.
hit
Closer
Corey
to
in the
ball.
thigh.
See, I don't know if I'm catching that. Like
That's
I'm
what I'm
probably
saying.
But
Yeah,
there's
'cause,
still
like,
the
if
edge
it-
of the wall. There's still that
I know,
gap.
but think about it this way. If I see that coming in on a line, I know how fucking fast that's coming in. So I'm probably like jumping up and trying to like you know, what is that? Like what's that thing, T, where they're like like that, you know what I'm talking about?
Kamehameha, like Dragon Ball Z.
I don't know, yeah, you're gone.
Who?
I don't know what that means. But yeah, like I'm probably more in protect my fucking dick and balls than
Right.
I'm gonna make
Yeah.
the play on this. I'm skeptical if I make that catch. I
That's
think if
why
there
I
was
said
some, yeah, if there was some loft on it, or if it was higher up, maybe I'm catching it. But like low without a glove, that's a tough play.
Tough play.
It had a little loft on it. I do credit Corey because I mean it hit his thigh, but he was sacrificing his dick and balls. Like he didn't know he didn't know it was gonna hit his thigh. That easily could have been dick. I would argue that was like 2 inches away from the penis. So the fact that he was willing to give that up to not interfere says a lot about Corey's character.
Yeah, and the fact that he got like an insta bruise on his thigh.
Yeah.
Like I understand it's like, oh, it was like 111 off the bat, but it was traveling for 300 plus feet. It's like, okay, so let's just say by the time it gets to you, it's only going 85 miles an hour. Would you get down in a squat position with like a fucking D1 high school pitcher and just barehanded catch him? No, you wouldn't. No,
After
that-
everyone had had a couple drinks as well, so no one was like super coordinated either.
What kind
Yeah.
of drinks, T?
Blue Moons, please.
That's
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 not
right.
what the photo evidence showed of you up on the monster.
Me?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I've never drank anything that wasn't a Blue Moon. in
For
my
someone
entire
who's
life.
constantly coming at me at my beverage choices.
Kid was 3 years old just having blue moons. Like my whole life I've been drinking moons.
What'd you do, T?
I had a lot of Blue Moons, 4 to 5.
What'd you do, T?
It's not
No, I
what
don't
the
think I-
photos suggest.
A lot of photos are edited on the internet today, Cole. You can't believe everything you see out there.
What the photos look like, Cole?
Listen, I'm not one to talk about the competitors of Blue Moon, but let's just say it was one of the competitors to Blue Moon that
Oh,
T was
Jesus.
truly sucking down on the top
Whoa.
of that monster. What? You were?
I would
truthfully,
never
huh?
drink it truly. I would never. That's
Who
all.
said anything about that?
Whoa.
You just said the word truly. He just said the word
Whoa,
truly.
it's a word that
He said it-
existed.
Oh
It's not a new word, T.
I thought that was a metaphor.
no.
Oh,
He's saying a
no.
word in the dictionary, T, not the drink.
Oh my god, dude.
Crazy.
Oh.
Crazy.
I
man.
apologize to Blue Moon. I can do that.
If you're that sorry, you should do the Blue Moon ad read right now.
I don't think I have it.
You
Cake.
definitely do.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, you've got it, T. Go ahead.
This guy just can't stop lying.
Yeah.
Unless I don't think I have it is like I don't think I got it in me to do it, but you kind of have it.
No, you got it. Let's go, T.
I tried to dig deep, Skip. I just can't
I
do
just
it.
don't have it. I don't have it, Skip.
Come on, T.
Hold on. I'm
You
scrolling
just gotta,
through
you
here.
just gotta read it.
Oh,
and then
oh,
yeah, give me a second here, boys. Come on.
T, you got this. T, you got this.
T.
You're gonna
do
crush
it.
this. I know it.
T.
Post
I know it.
ad lib.
That's crazy.
Host ad lib.
I mean, he's not done. He's gonna have to battle through it.
There's a
Not a
lot.
good
Here's the
start.
thing. I gotta say something real quick.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing the reads, Jared. You're good at the reads. As we know with the reads, it's not as simple as you think. There's a lot of
No.
stuff to like sift through. It's not just
Yeah.
like you read all the words. You got to be
No.
like a professional like ad reader.
Right.
This is I doubt. No offense to you, I doubt this is the last mess up here.
Yeah. Go ahead, T.
You know, when I was at the ballpark on Friday night,
Yeah.
the one thing that really made me feel like I was at the ballpark.
Yeah. What was it, T? What when you were in the ballpark, what made you sit there and be like, I'm at a fucking ballpark right now?
It wasn't a baseball. It wasn't a catcher's mitt.
Yep.
It was a fresh, tall beer.
Yep.
It was Blue Moon.
Wow.
Yep. Blue Moon Light.
Correct. I
Yeah.
wouldn't drink anything
He's
else.
Screaming again. He's screaming.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm
easy.
screaming? I'm back to
He's
screaming?
easy. Yeah. Back up a little.
It's not
Yeah,
your
all right, hold
Mike's
on.
fault. It's definitely yours.
You don't need to be
Yeah.
too close to it. There you go.
Yeah.
The nerves are
Alright.
getting to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, one of my favorite memories ever with Blue Moon was when I was at the ballpark last year, and I had some Blue Moons, 4 to 5 of them.
Wow.
And the-
Does that mean you didn't finish? Do you not remember if it was 4 or 5, or you made it halfway through the 5th, or what?
well, you know what they say: when you're having such a good time, you forget those memories a lot.
I think that I've never heard that. It's usually like if you have a good time.
The thing about memories is how forgettable they are. That's what people
Yeah.
know about memories.
You know those memories when you don't remember them.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. T.
Yeah, the only thing I really do remember is the citrusy aroma and bright taste.
Mhm.
And no, I wasn't surprised that a lighter beer can taste this great.
Yeah.
My favorite food that goes with a Blue Moon is some nice buffalo tenders or a slice of pizza at the ballpark. It really
Sure.
goes down well.
Yep.
Get Blue Moon Light delivered by visiting getbluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery
he just
options.
skipped the whole beginning part of the read, T. Like
Me-
you didn't say a word of the read at the beginning. Not a word.
Isn't that what we were talking about things we enjoy at the ballpark?
Nope. There's a whole read that before you get to the middle. See, reading ads it's not easy, T.
I had
It's
never
not
looked at
easy.
this document once.
That's usually how it
It
goes.
shows.
Sometimes, like we get a new sponsor, and I dive right into it on the show. Go ahead.
You gotta
Yeah,
grind.
born in a ballpark 30 years
Yeah.
ago at Sandlot Brewery in Denver. No baseball date is complete without Blue Moon Belgian White. Blue
Mhm.
Moon's bold flavor, bright explosion of color, an iconic orange slice ritual guarantee a one-of-a-kind beer drinking experience year-round. And for those occasions when you want a lighter option, reach for the Blue Moon Light. At only 95 calories and 3.6 grams of carbs per 12-ounce serving, it's a refreshingly light alternative beer brewed with real tangerine peel. Looking for a great tasting non-alcoholic beer? Try Blue Moon non-alcoholic, still made with real Valencia orange peel and coriander with just 80 calories.
A non-alcoholic bear.
That's wild.
It's not how you say that word, T.
No.
It's not how you say that. And I can't wait for all the suspension cucks out there that'll be like, actually, Jared, it is pronounced that coriander. That is how you say it. No, it's not.
Oh, it actually is.
No, it's actually not, Steve. You can catch one too, motherfucker.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Go ahead, T. Go ahead, T.
A wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories.
Yep.
Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon Light. Blue Moon made brighter. And
That's
scene.
not
that
how
one.
it, that's not
Yeah,
how it
that's-
ends.
I did the end like 5 minutes ago.
No, from the from the top.
Fuck. There's a lot of bullet points there, man.
There, go to the part inspired by the beer you already love.
Yeah, start there.
Yeah.
I don't see that one.
Inspired
Suck
by the
one.
beer you already love and available year round. A wheat beer from Blue Moon with exceptional taste and only 95 calories. Brightly brewed with real tangerine peel, tastes light and refreshing. Nothing compares to the great taste of a Blue Moon Light. Blue Moon made brighter. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared for delivery options. That's get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared. Blue Moon made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Suck one.
Suck one.
Isn't that what I just did?
Nope.
I think I performed pretty well there.
No.
Ooh.
No?
One boom.
I want another rep next episode.
You can do
You could do this episode.
yeah,
right?
you can do Ridge.
I already threw today.
T, you're still screaming. I think you're too close to the mic. T.
I already threw. through.
How is this?
And you're
Is
just
this better?
banging on the arm. Like, it's just going crazy. All right, I think
Yeah.
you're good now, T.
Hello?
You good?
Just stay this far away.
Yeah, bada boop. No, you don't need to put it further now. Now you're like too far, dude.
Hello?
What's up, bro?
Perfect.
It's not bad. It's not great. All right. Maybe a little closer to your face, T.
Hello?
I think that's money. That's money. That's money. That's money. That's money,
But it was-
Grandel.
It was a tough play. It was definitely a tough play. Top of that monster.
Right. I almost forgot what we were talking about.
Yeah.
I was like, who made a tough play?
No, not the Red Sox.
Glad to get a home run ball. Corey sacrificed his thigh. Jared was being a grown up, really, helping people get into the park.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot
I
of
was
people had to
creating memories.
sacrifice for me to get that ball.
I was creating memories for the next generation of Red Sox fans.
And for us. I mean, you created a memory for us.
That's true.
So appreciate it.
Yeah. Shout out to the Red Sox. Thank you guys for having us. That was very nice of you.
That was
and
awesome.
thank you
They
guys
did
for
a great
inviting us.
job. Cool event, too. I had never been up to that 521 Lodge. What do they call it? What's the name they use there? Like 521 zone? I don't know.
Outlook?
No.
Is it Outlook? That'd be crazy.
No.
But no, I haven't been up to that area yet. Really cool setup. Good view overlooking the pack.
Mm.
And yeah, obviously, these jerseys are sick. And it's not, we were saying these were sick. I mean, we all weren't, but now we are saying these were sick early on when they initially came out. Not a lot of differences from the OG images. Obviously, I do want to also get one with the number on it, like we talked about last
I
episode.
think that's a
Probably get-
massive difference from the
Mhm.
first leak we saw. The jersey looked a little bland
This?
without the yellow number popping underneath.
that. Yeah.
yeah, I think that was a major difference. That brought it from mid to a solid 8 out of 10 for me.
I was already cool with it, but that was a big jump. It's like they put them on steroids when they put the number on the front and the back.
I
But
agree.
different numbers that are both on the monsters. That was a nice touch. And then the
I went from
1912 on the
out
inside
to
is cool
all the
too.
way in. I
Yeah,
went from
big in.
out to all the way in.
Also, material
yellow.
so light. The jersey's so wearable. This is an all summer kind of jersey. Seeing them
Yeah.
at Fenway, it fits right.
Mm.
A little harder now to decipher these from the Section 10 jerseys because they look kind of similar. But
That's what I thought
still.
about, when it was like when Disney made Frozen, because they froze Walt Disney's head, they made the movie just to kind of flush out the Google searches.
Yeah.
What if this is the Red Sox being like, there's way too many Section 10 jerseys. There's more Section 10 jerseys than Red Sox jerseys. Let's make a green jersey and we can flush out the Section 10 ones. That's just a theory that's been going around for a couple days now. So
big time.
The
time.
green on those is perfect. I'm sorry. If there was ever going to be a jersey, they should have used exactly that green, in my opinion.
This green's
green?
awesome, though.
It's
This
solid. It's
this
good.
this is Fenway green.
Yeah.
like,
This is
I
literally the
forget
paint
what I
of the
saw.
monster green.
Yeah, there was I saw a behind the scenes video somewhere, maybe TikTok, where they were talking about how they originally designed it, and it was like, we took the green from Wally the Green Monster, the mascot, and that's green. And they were like, no, we want the ballpark green, like the monster green, you walk around Fenway, that green. So I think they nailed it. I think they got the right green. Also, at the last time that we recorded, we didn't know that they were going to do the white pants with the green pinstripe, which I think is perfect.
Yep.
They
And the
originally
hats.
discussed
I think the
Yeah,
hat's
hats.
perfect, too.
hats are good. I love hats. But I heard that they originally were gonna do this color green for the pants, and
No.
they ultimately made the correct decision, which was the white pants with the green pinstripes.
And
Not
I think
pinstripes, but
something-
a couple of stripes.
Yeah, exactly. I think something in our favor here, if we all end up getting jerseys that have 10 on them, is that Trevor Story is hitting 100 this month. So I don't know if these Trevor Story jerseys are necessarily going to fly off the shelves. I've been hearing that the Devers ones are sold out, the Breggy ones sold out, the Poppy ones sold out. We can get the 10 ones, Jerry.
If Trevor Story gets DFA'd, then we can probably get them discounted.
Right. We could probably get these for $40, actually.
The Red Sox
might
would be
play-
smart to keep it the same price.
We might play first or short if he gets DFA'd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true. They're probably listening, being like, we should just bump up the 10 ones because they'll be like a combo Section 10. Yeah, so the 10 jerseys suck. You guys shouldn't get them. I think they're
Yeah.
terrible. So don't
Yeah.
do it. Trevor Story's a good guy, but he told us, don't even get my jerseys. I got to get my game right first.
Yeah.
I think that's
Red
it.
Sox lose 4-2. Yeah. Do we want to talk about Christian Campbell getting some reps at first base? 3
Yeah,
days in a
got
row
some-
now,
got some
T?
reps.
Correct. Yeah. 3 days. And Alex Cora kind of said, if they were up 15 runs or down 10 runs, they would have thrown him in to get some game action. Like, saying that before the game, I think is pretty telling, but it seems like they just want to kind of get him somewhat comfortable before they throw him into that game spot. And I think we're in that territory now. If there's a moment in the next week or so, he's probably going to be out there. Just needs to be a game that's not competitive one way or the other. And now Marcelo Meyer today started at second base.
Yeah, he did.
Second time in 3 days. Prior to that first start on Friday, he hadn't played second base in 9 days. I think May 7th was the day before that. So seems like those things align despite Alex Cora trying to rain on that parade a little bit.
So I think the tide is turning on the fire Cora idiots. I think they've become so annoying that people are like, what will that honestly do? I think today, I guess we can talk about today's game, because Brian Bello, PU. Oof. I know I said I was going to be, I was going to do my best to be more patient with him. So the take is not like, this guy sucks, send him down, he's no Pedro, but it is like the last 3 starts have been fucking atrocious. Like, there's no way to be, well, there's room for improvement. It's like, no, like today's start was awful. 10 hits, 7 earned runs, 5 walks. It was ass, like unmitigated ass. Because Baseball Reference sucks and they don't put out the numbers until 48 hours later. I want to know, like, his last 3 starts, what those numbers look like.
I'll do my best here.
It's gotta be so fucking bad. He's not getting out of the 5th inning. And I get when people are like, how do you leave Bello in? It's because like he's got to get out. Like, that's on Bello. Get the fucking outs, dude. If you're going to be opening day starter last year, and if you're going to be someone that is a piece of this team moving forward, you got the extension. The Red Sox put the faith in you financially and said, you're a guy. Get through the fucking 5th, my guy.
I think the truth is with Bello was you knew this was coming at some point. Everything underneath the hood, whether you want to talk FIP, baseball savant, it was blue. Like, he was going to have a moment where everything was going to catch up to him here. And this is what life is like when you have a 5.7 K per 9 and a 5.5 walk per 9. He struck out 20 guys this year and he's walked 19. And, it's a 4.02 ERA now, 5.50 FIP. But you start to look at command-wise, he hasn't improved there. The sinker is still consistently down the dick. His changeup, I think, is what everyone's kind of focusing on and why some people are starting to turn and look at Andrew Bailey, which I think is fair. The whiff percentage on his changeup is down 14%. The batting average is only 220 against it, but the expected batting average is 330. So he's actually gotten lucky when guys have squared it up. The velo on the changeup's up 1.8 miles per hour and went from 87.6 to 89.4 this year. You start to look, it's not like his velo has jumped up across the board. So now he's throwing this changeup harder than ever. He's, last year was 32.5 inches of vertical drop on the pitch. Now it's down to 30.8. Even as much as he's throwing it, it's down 7% from 26% last year to 19%. So I think a lot of the things, when we talked Brian Bello was, hey, throw that changeup. That was your best pitch when you came to the big leagues. He seemingly has lost the feel for it over the last, call it month since he's returned. Where do you start to point? He was working on that slider a ton. That was a huge focus, we know, with Andrew Bailey. Why is he seemingly not able to find that changeup? And, you still got to look at Bello for the command because it's been years now and his command seemingly still hasn't taken the jump many had hoped it would.
I think the top thing that drives me nuts with Brian Bello is he does not finish innings clean like ever. At least this month, all 4 starts this month, he's been pulled from by Alex Cora. And that says a lot. You look at Garrett Crochet, bases loaded, 1 out on Friday. It's like, no, that's our dog. We're leaving him in there. 2 strikeouts, yells. I guess gets the guys fired up, but they didn't do anything. Solo shot by Rob Refsnyder, had a run in the 9th, but it didn't matter because Bernardino walked everybody at Fenway in the top of the 9th. So, yeah, I just want him to be good so bad. I know Coley's a Bello guy and has been riding that, since he got here, and I'm not fully against it. It's just like, it sucks that the Pedro stuff started from the beginning. We shouldn't have had any Pedro comps. Even Pedro shouldn't have said
Pedro
that.
did it.
I know.
He also does it with everybody.
He's like, this guy's better than me. And he does that all the time. And I'm like, Pedro, Brian Bello, none of these guys are better than you. Please stop doing that. But had to start, went with the family to the game today and talking with Alan Peralt. And he's like, Steven, what do you think he's going to do today? And we kind of had the same. We were like, I don't know. That's the vibe going into Bello starts. Like, I don't really know how this is going to go. My only prediction I had was he's probably not going to get through 5. Doesn't get through 5. You got to pull him early. And I mean, this was a mess today. This was really, not fooling
From the
anybody.
get-go. It wasn't even like he started strong and just fucking.
Because he's had a couple of those, right? He's had a couple like tough starts and then, figures it out and gets through 5, gets through 6, allows you to get a W. But it's just Bello's killing you. And obviously you want him to be an important part of the rotation. The Red Sox rotation sucks right now outside of Crochet.
They're all killing you. If you're not Garrett Crochet, they're all killing you.
I was going to say, I don't even know that I can say he's been killing you because they've been winning his starts. He hasn't been super helpful in any of them, but they have been winning those games. This game today, he was like, I promise we're going to lose today. And it's not like
they're scoring a lot of runs. So it's not like, they're winning the starts, but it's like 8 runs, 13 runs, 6 runs. Like they're scoring in Bello starts.
For sure. That's why I said he's not contributing to the wins, but they were winning the games.
I do think something stands out when you look at what 2023 was. And like Cora constantly pushed him to the 6th and 7th inning. You could see that he wanted that out of him. And Bello found a way to regularly go deep into those starts, even if it was 7 and 4 or whatever it may be. Right now, it's just like he can't even be the workload guy. Like, can you go out there and make sure we're getting 6, even if it's 4 earned or 7? Not being able to get through 5 innings, that is such a detriment because you saw it today. Guess what? You have to eat shit in the 5th inning because we had to have a heavy bullpen game for Lucas Giolito the day before. It immediately turns into Sean Newcomb throw to your arm falls off.
That's where it's not excusing how Bello's looked his last 3 starts. But when it is like, Giolito also sucked. Tanner Houck is maybe permanently broken.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point, it's just like, should I get on one guy or is it like, why does Dick Fitz, why did he get hurt? What is wrong with Cutter Crawford? What is wrong? Who's the other fucking guy?
Walker Buehler's coming back.
Buehler's coming back, but like, it's not great that he was gone to begin with. You look at some of the bullpen arms that have been here year over year, not a ton of improvement. And then I think the most alarming guy is Ryan Zefferjohn, who was considered a no one here. They were just like, no, we're all set. Like they're a throw-in piece and immediately came up, started throwing different pitches, ones that he always had, but he was never working on here and was an effective reliever. I haven't kept up with the Angels this year. Maybe he sucks this year. But the fact that he had any signs of life and we were in desperate need of anything in the bullpen last year, every fucking year. And we were like, that guy's just not the answer. Get him out of here is insane to me. So that's where it's just like, Bello needs to be better. I also, on either the last show or 2 shows ago, said I didn't agree with Cora pulling him early in one of those because I do think he could have went 6 and 4, 7 and 4, which again, nothing to write home about, nothing to cast all-star votes for. But I did think they were being a little kid glovish with him in those last 2, when he went 4 1/3, 4 2/3 in both of them. This one, it was just like, it was the most day game Bello game we've ever seen. Like just as bad as it gets. Not good.
I think obviously the conversation at the water cooler tomorrow is going to be about Bello stinking because it was the worst start of anyone recently, but it's the most recent guy that took the mound. But I mean, with Giolito giving up the homers early, it sucks because we went from holy shit, they got the icing on the cake with Garrett Crochet. It's like we got a strong, like Giolito's coming back and we got Walker Buehler, Tanner Houck coming off an all-star campaign. Everyone blows. Like Brian Bello, he's going to take a step forward. And the craziest part about all of it is I believe their record when Garrett Crochet takes them out is like 6 and 4.
The run support is horrendous for him.
And
he's getting like ace run support.
4 and 4 in the last 8 starts, and he's got like a 2.15 ERA in those.
He's a real
games.
ace. He's a real ace.
He's a legitimate ace. And when he gets in trouble, he gets out of trouble like real aces do. He does not let the guy score.
But his K numbers are down too. So when it's like, Bello's not putting guys away. Slayton went a month without putting a guy away. Like there obviously is something wrong pitching wise on Chapman's the only guy who has gotten better seemingly than he had been in previous years. I don't know what's going on.
With Crochet, overall the numbers are down, but I think recently they've stabilized in terms of like the strikeout totals.
It is always a little worrisome though when you have people taking screenshots of Garrett Whitlock and you can tell he's tipping, like seriously, and we're sitting here wondering why he can't figure it out. And Twitter users are like, no, he's tipping. Like, it is a serious problem. Even Bello last year, right? Like, the Brian Bello you saw in the second half that had a 3.6 ERA and 8.8 K per nine, a 3.5 walk per nine. Andrew Bailey wasn't really the one who fixed him. He fixed himself.
Fucking I did.
Yeah, Coley did, right? But like, Bailey wanted the four seam out. Bello started throwing the four seamer, and then it unlocks this run on, that he went on in the second half. That's where you start to sit there and people are going to, keep pointing at people, right? You can point at Alex Cora when multiple guys are getting picked off in that first game and you're still doing stupid things. But when you look at the pitching overall, yeah, it's disappointing. This is supposed to be a lab. This is supposed to be a place where guys are consistently breaking out. Cora gave credit to Bailey the other day for Chapman throwing more strikes. I thought that was something, but how can you not be disappointed overall with what you have cooking here? And it's not a good look when you're watching Nick Pivetta go out and shove over in San Diego and stuff like that. And listen, it's Nick Pivetta. I get it. He may suck the next month, but it all adds on to this.
He sucked
narrative.
at Yankee Stadium recently, didn't he?
Yeah. He's sub 3 ERA for the season.
No, sure. Yeah, trust me. He's been better than like most of our guys. There's no doubt. But you do hear when you listen to like the Sox prospect guys, there are arms doing very well in the minor leagues. Hunter Dobbins has been solid. He's been our second best starter. I don't think anyone can even argue that, even with the rough outing last time out. So there's something going on. Maybe it's Willard. Maybe it's the overall. Maybe they're picking better players like a Valera. Maybe they've just started selecting Peyton Tolley. They always went heavy in the draft last year. Maybe they're Brandon Clark. Maybe they're simply just selecting better players. That could be it as well. I don't think we have enough like data there to be like, it's that guy. It's that guy. That guy sucks. No, that guy sucks. And it's just not fun. It's not fun to watch the same story every year now. I mean, last year at this point in time, the rotation ERA was still in like the low 2s.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. We were doing the whole like Breslow and Bailey school of pitching, and it ended right there.
So I remember when we had Lucas Giolito on the pod right when he signed before the injury, we were asking guys, I'm pretty sure the conversation came up with Walker Buehler too, where it's like, how much of the Breslow Bailey pitching lab aspect of the Boston Red Sox intrigued you enough to come here? And they both were like, yeah, man, like we talked pitching and they had these plans for us. And, there were a bunch of teams that were saying, yeah, we have a plan for you, but we're not just going to share it with you unless you sign with us. And the Red Sox were like, no, here's the plan that we have for you. Like, and that's enticing to guys. And it led to them inevitably signing here. But I would love to have a follow-up conversation with either one of the guys being like, well, what do you think about it now? Maybe they have different answers. I think Walker Buehler is currently dealing with an injury. He'll be back for this Mets series in the middle game. But Lucas Giolito loses the first. Like, that's another like thing that I'm not really factoring in when I watch Giolito pitch is didn't pitch at all last year. And that has to count for something. But how long of a leash is it? How long can you?
It's not a good sign.
No, it's not. It's not a good sign at all. But I'm just saying, the guy didn't pitch at all last year. So how many starts are you giving him before you're like, this isn't going well?
I mean, I've seen some nasty things said about Lucas Giolito on the internet.
I also think Giolito, like you go back to a couple days ago, he was singing, or the start before, he was singing Andrew Bailey's praises, right? He's like, Bailey showed me this new slider grip. It worked. Look at what I was able to do. 6 innings, all this different stuff. And then he comes out in this start and he throws it 36% of the time. And it's like, no, it got fucking smoked. It wasn't as good as it needed to be. But Bailey was able to help him find a slider grip that at least worked for one start. So it's like this constant trying to figure out where the finger should be pointed to, who's to blame. And it just feels like there's I think there's blame to go around for everybody because there's a lot of underperformance across the boards. And I think also when you're talking about Craig Breslow here, his right-hand man is Andrew Bailey. Like that is something to keep in mind. All those philosophies, all those ideas, he looks at Andrew Bailey as kind of the person who can push it onto the roster and be that focal point. Like, I feel like it would have to take a lot of underperformance for something to change there, but they're 24th in rotation ERA right now. They were 7th last year.
I don't know.
They were 7th last year?
And all
they actually did stay in the top 10, which blew my mind too.
That's crazy. I never would have guessed that.
Yeah.
I said it. I remember saying it in the offseason when we were still trying to sign Soto because and I even said ahead of time, like, this isn't a good point. But the offense, I believe, was 8th, wasn't it, T?
Yeah.
Like in runs. So I was like, the offense technically needs more help in the rotation, and now both need it.
Now, I was looking that up before we started doing the show of where the Red Sox rotation ERA is. And yeah, it's 24th in the majors. They're only ahead of the Nationals, A's, Blue Jays, Marlins, Orioles, and Rockies. So it's like, yeah, these are all teams that don't make the playoffs. It's really, really bad. Bullpen, I think, is actually not as bad as you expect, but it's not great.
12?
Yeah, it's better than
you
you
can
think
live
it
with
is, but
12.
Yeah, because
that's also in the bullpen will then give up runs that belong to the starters. So I think that plays a big part of it. But no, I think today was the biggest part about today, and we talk about this all the time, and I think it's hard to measure momentum in baseball and coming off the walk-off and being at that game on Saturday with Mikey, and I'll take a suspension from missing tie in the 8th, but being at that game with Michael Eamon, we're thinking there's a 0% chance that they win. I mean, 5-0. We're probably all thinking that, right? There's no way they come back and win that game. Red Sox somehow chip away, stay in it after a crap Giolito start where he's looking like a guy that, like Jerry, I think you're alluding to it a little bit before. You only get so many starts. Understandable, you're coming off the injury and everything, but like the leash, you have a leash. Like that is going to exist. You needed to come into this start and have a shutdown start and prove to these guys that you can be relied upon as one of the important parts of this rotation, coming off a walk-off homer by Rafael Devers, the first in his friggin' career. You finally get, again, a rubber match you didn't think you were going to get this time, all the other ones we expect, against a good team in the Braves, who actually I think will have a chance to win that division. And he comes out immediately a couple runs in the first inning. And for that lineup, that's brutal. It's like, all right, here we go again. We got to come from behind like they've had to do in every game in this series. And you lose this one on Sunday, and it just makes you feel even worse. There's not all games are created equal. This one kind of felt like it was 2 losses once again, when you could have had a series finale, feel good about yourselves going into this Mets series. Instead, you're fighting from behind early as usual, and Bello's the guy that doesn't get it done for you.
And you could easily make the case that they should have been swept in the series.
Oh, of course.
Sure.
They should have been.
I mean, how many innings of the series did they trail for? They're trailing like the whole friggin' series.
Yeah, they were losing 5-0 in 6-2, I believe, right? 6-2.
Yeah, 6-2.
So, yeah, it's a long season. I'm gonna keep banging the drum of we don't know what this team is. It really is until Meyer and Anthony get here, and you can push back and say that's not the problem. The rotation's the problem. Guess what? No starting pitching help is coming. Walker Buehler's coming back on Tuesday. We'll see how that goes. But is he enough to fix the rotation? No.
He's not a number 2.
He could be. He was pitching like one before he went down.
It is tough because if you look at the rotation numbers,
you disagree, Tyler?
No, I thought he was good on those 4 starts. He didn't.
He can be a 2 on this team. Come on,
this team is not enough if you're trying to win a World Series, which is supposed to be the goal.
Of course, but we're not talking about winning a World Series right now. I mean, I just
that was your expectation coming into this year. That's how you're going to grade them.
It was get to the playoffs.
Yeah,
let's be real. Every major publication, ESPN or MLB, had them making the World Series.
Which is fine, but that doesn't mean the expectation needs to be that by the majority of people. I thought people were overrating.
That was the
going
national outlook. That was the national outlook for your team.
If the Red Sox don't get to the World Series this year, is the narrative going to be, I can't believe they didn't get to the World Series?
No,
but the bare minimum was to get into the playoffs, and I think people were expecting you to be one of the best teams in the American League.
Yeah, because that's
Jared,
more
you had them making the World Series.
I have already explained this 20 times.
Yeah,
if they're good enough to make the playoffs, I'm putting
93 wins.
If the Red
which
Sox,
they could still do.
It's more of an indictment on how shitty / mediocre the American League is. Like, if the Red Sox were what they could be, if the Red Sox reached their full potential of what this team is capable of doing, then yeah, I think that why not? First, second best team in the American League. But they're not that. They haven't
2 games under 500 right now.
Yeah.
They've been immensely 500. They love being 500. I know I tweeted it, but they're 2 games over 500, technically 1 over 500 since they won the World Series in 2018. So we've had like 7 years of mid, as the kids say. But it's again, and I don't want to sound like a broken record here. It's like, that you do have most of the ingredients you need to continue to exist and get by in the AL East and contend in this division. Not in all divisions, but this one. But you come into this series and it's like, it's another letdown. I think they led for technically like 1 inning total. I mean, because you led for like a half inning with the Devers grand slam today, and then I'll give you a half inning on the walk-off. So they basically didn't lead for like the entire series and snuck out with 1 win. Like Jerry said, they probably should have got swept. So it's hard. Obviously, I'm always going to lean favorable to the team because I want the team to win. I want us to have fun. I want us all to be, in good spirits and everything. But it's another series that's just a big letdown. And you're not that far from contending. But if you do this over and over again, then we're the fools for thinking that they can be a good team.
I think the worst part about this series in particular, outside of the fact that you lost 2 out of 3, should have gotten swept and there was no excitement, like you didn't lead at any point really, is that you didn't capitalize on the momentum, like Steve said earlier. You had the best win of your season happened on Saturday night. Devers, walk-off home run, first of his career, and you overcame a 5-run deficit and a 4-run deficit late. And then the Devers grand slam on Sunday to give you the lead, you didn't build on that. That was it. Those are the only runs you scored on Sunday were on one swing by Rafael Devers. And you didn't just lose that game, you got your fucking doors blown off. So it's not just about losing 2 out of 3 to a, decent enough Atlanta Braves team. It's the fact that nothing came of their walk-off win on Saturday and nothing came of, the Devers Grand Slam, which, by the way, I believe, was that the first Grand Slam in 2 years, basically, T?
Yeah,
the
Pablo's.
last one.
Yeah.
No. August 19th.
There was another one?
Luis Arias hit 2 and
it
was
was right.
Yeah, it was like over 3 days, but it was back to back. The first one was
Those were
against
like
the Nationals.
2 of his 4 hits for the team. That's right.
I thought it was Pablo too originally.
That's funny. Forgot about Luis. There you go.
Having a good year with Sacramento.
Yeah.
That was weirdly enough, the inning I was more frustrated with Bello was immediately after the Grand Slam, where it's like, no, tie game. Like, it's like, no, dude, give me a fucking lockdown inning right now. You want to be somebody that matters in this rotation. Come out there. Yeah, I know he's not like a strikeout guy. It's a little different with Crochet. Like, strike out the side and yell. With him, it's like, no, do your thing. Get out of the inning. Let's get it back to this lineup, which still has the second most hits in baseball, only behind the Dodgers. And it just doesn't matter. It's like tie game. And then at that point, it feels like they're trailing. And then he has obviously the blow up inning there. What was the run? It only ends up being 3 runs, but it felt like at that point it was that was going to do
like
enough
they were
damage.
Drowning.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that it was only, it was 7-4, but again, in these situations when they're only down a couple runs, it feels like they're down like 8. It's like, it's just not going to happen.
They feel like they need to have a lead and a multiple run lead to actually win a game. Like Saturday was the most.
It was the outlier.
It was their first come from behind win after the 6th. They're now 1-16 after that. They're 0-16 like that. It's hard to be like, oh, this team has like not even championship medal, but like they can win a playoff game. Yeah. Like that's where it's just like, all right, if you're down 1 late, do I feel like you're going to get the big hit? Anyone? It's not a single player. I know a lot of people want to blame certain guys, but it's like no one is like they dig in and I'm like, that's the guy right now.
You know what's crazy about this season so far is if you really wanted to, you could cut up a bunch of moments and make a highlight reel that would make this team look fucking nasty. Sure. Like you could take moments from the first month and a half and make it look like the Red Sox are a fucking juggernaut World Series.
Crochet through the whole thing.
It starts with the Willier, the win on opening day, and then the Devers walk-off.
The Devers walk-off, the Detroit home run robbery with Willier and Sedon.
Campbell's homer in extra innings.
Sunday Night Baseball against the Cardinals. That was a movie. That was incredible.
Yeah. Like you could make this team look good. They're not. But you could make them look that way if you really want to. I don't think that you.
That's
could
why
do
it's
that
frustrating.
Worse.
I know they can be. I know they have the talent to be a good baseball team, and they just don't really want to be.
Well, especially when you're playing a Braves team that has kind of gone through a lot of similar ups and downs and had underperformance like you have this year. Like these are two teams who have similar identities, and
you know
somehow
what the difference is?
What is it?
They have guys that have won before. They know how to win. The Red Sox don't know how to win. I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but they have a team full of losers. Like they just,
I don't mean this in a mean way. They're just a bunch of loser idiot bums. Like that's basically what it is.
All they've done is lose. All they've done, pretty much everyone on this fucking team, except for Devers and Bregman, have just known no world of playoffs.
Tanner Houck was in 2021. Garrett Whitlock was in 2021.
Not a guy. Like, those are not guys.
Tanner Houck pitched big innings in that 2021 playoff
run.
So did Garrett Whitlock.
Raffy's the only guy here that consistently is a winning player, I would say. And even at that, that's the guy that's been causing a lot of trouble.
Bregman has never
I'm saying
missed
that here. Bregman's like one of the best playoff guys
here.
Ever. No, but I'm saying that's done it here. Like it's a little bit different, but whatever. But like,
similar
concept.
When the Braves got off to that bad of a start, I think they were 8-9 games below 500. The fact that they were able to get back above 500 and not let their season go to shit is because they're a group that have been together for a long time and they've won together consistently. This group has never won, period. Never mind consistently. They've never won, period. They're just
too much. There's just too much fingers crossed.
They also don't even have Acuna back yet, though. They're still playing.
Yeah, none of these. How many of these Braves are on the World Series team? Just Riley? And I was.
No,
they got freaking Alex Verdugo on their roster right now, getting meaningful at bats against right-handed pitchers.
4 times in the finale. He got a huge ovation. It was really well deserved. But
going nuts, dude.
They were like Doogie, and Cora got in on it. He started the chant. Actually, it was crazy.
He was crying.
I know. He actually got emotional. Yeah.
They definitely have guys who were part of that 2021 squad and have gone through playoffs. But I also think that's something where I do look at the manager and I say, like, you're someone who's supposed to bring some of that veteran stuff to them. You're supposed to help these players kind of grow and develop. And I was hoping, even despite you not being the team you would hope you were the last couple of years, there would have been some growing and some learning of what that takes behind the scenes and kind of coming and developing that over the years. It feels like a lot of these guys, and we talked about it, guys who have been here for years are seemingly the ones that are struggling the most. I was hoping there would be some more maturity and growth that came from being under Alex Cora, who's supposed to be one of those guys that instills that stuff so heavily in the clubhouse and onto their players all the time. And he has his lieutenant now in Alex Bregman, who's supposed to also being, another person to help you do that. And guess what? There's guys. Garrett Crochet was on the most losing roster of any fucking team ever. And he's come in here and he's given you a 2 ERA over 10 starts. So like that only goes so far with me. Like you can say they're young and they're losers. Like some of these guys, man, we're talking 27, 28. Like we're getting to a point here where it's like you have to grow up and make that jump. Like I'm not really here to excuse them away anymore. Like I'm not going to excuse Tanner Houck blowing. I'm not going to excuse Brian Bayo blowing. Brian Bayo's been on the big league roster. This is going to be his 4th season. Like eventually you got to grow up and just be that guy. And like you've been around guys, you've been around the Alex Coras of the world, people who have been there and done that. Some of that should be rubbing off on you. And the fact that it isn't, it makes you point fingers.
I'm always going to lean the players have to perform. You're out there on the field. I get it. Everyone wants Cora dead. Fire Cora. Get rid of him. He sucks. Like, they're not going to fire Cora, so you're just wasting. When you type those 2 words, you're never getting that time back. You're wasting it every single time you do it. It's stupid. I want the guys that are on this roster that are capable of being a playoff team, that are capable of having career years, which you're going to need a good handful of them to have to get to that postseason that you so desperately want. Live up to the potential. I hold the team accountable before anything else. And we can go to Bailey and you can nitpick the coaching staff, whatever you want to do. I think people always think it gives them like they know more, they know ball points if you just call out the coaching staff. It's like, I want the guys out on the field to perform like they're supposed to perform and like they're paid to perform. And as of right now, there's very few guys that check that box. Rafael Devers is 100% doing that right now. And he did everything in his power to win this series. Jarren Duran had a good series. And in that second game specifically, to kind of, spark the comeback and get them going. That's what you needed. He was hitting like 170 this month. Guys got to start living up to what they're, capable of. And if we don't get that, then it's a waste of another season. Like, I'm so sick of doing this. I'm so sick of every single year. But this isn't the same as the other teams, though. That's the other thing that drives me nuts. Like, you're not supposed to be these last couple of years, and couple of years starts to become a half decade. It becomes 7 years since you win the World Series and you're still a 500 team. I so desperately don't want this team to be grouped into the other teams, but they're telling you they deserve to be grouped into the other teams. That's basically how it's been so far this season. But it's even more frustrating when you look at the Yankees, and I'm not scared of the Yankees at all. They're not that good a team. It's not going to take that much to contend for this division.
As bad as the Red Sox are, like they're 4.5 back. That the Yankees are not that good. Like that's not a big enough gap. And we're in second, like Jared said. Like I had to double check
second
that.
Place is hilarious. This
crazy.
Second place.
We should be 12 games back with how it feels like we've played. Like it feels like we're 12 games back. When I see 4.5 back, it's like that's a hot weekend. We're right back in the mix. And that's honestly true. But to what you just said, that like I kind of disagree, because the players who are being paid are the ones performing and are having career years. I just saw this is the latest in the season. Rafi's at a 400 on base now, right? This
Rafi's
year.
great. Bregman's great. Yeah, Crochet's
Bregman
great.
has been worth every dollar to the point where I don't know anyone who would be upset if he got re-signed. Crochet has done his part, no doubt. So it's like the guys who aren't getting, like everyone else, I don't know, like so many, Narvaez and Campbell are obviously having career years because they're fucking rookies, but that's 5 of your 9, and then you're a starter. So that's where it's like, I need to know who specifically is calling these pitches. Like, is it Narvaez? Because then I would look at his defense much different.
I looked at catcher ERA today. It's 3.83 for Carlos Narvaez, 3.93 for Connor Wong this year.
That's not enough of a difference for
right?
me.
I was hoping when I clicked on it, it was going to be like 3.6 for Narvaez and 5.40. I was like, fuck, that, like, this isn't it. Like, you can't seemingly point to that.
That tells me neither of them are calling the pitches, that it is coming from someone else, which I know Narvaez is wearing the earpiece, which I would imagine is someone. I still don't really know how the pitch comm system works. I know I'll never have to use it, so it's not.
I don't think pitch comm knows how it works. Yeah.
No,
well,
but
sometimes the pitcher calls to the catcher, so the catcher has to have an earpiece in.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't want our pitchers.
Too many layers. I'm too dumb.
Some pitchers have it on their glove, and
I think Scherzer's one of them, right?
Yeah, there's a few.
He doesn't even pitch.
I
don't want our pitchers calling the pitches, but whoever is, I feel like is not, because what sticks out in my mind most, and I have not watched the whole Netflix series, but from what I did see, what sticks out in my mind most is Bailey going batter through batter, being like, Polanco can't hit this pitch. And they cut to the game and it's Bello throwing that fucking pitch and it going over the wall. And it's just like, we know that's the pitch he hits. Like, why are we even throwing it? Like, we have other pitches. What are we like? Oh, what, we want to be the 700 of the 300? No, like, don't throw that pitch if you know that's the one he's sitting on. Like that's where it's like, where is this miscommunication happening? Because it seems like we're doing the research necessary. We understand what we should be doing. And the execution, it's a part of the equation where it's like, I don't know if it's the execution or if it's they're dialing up the pitches that's being called. It's just a stupid fucking pitch to call.
Yeah, I was doing some research yesterday on it, and, you know, a couple people at the Sports Hub were like, how much are the Red Sox giving up homers on off-speed stuff, right? And this was after yesterday's game. I think it was 47 homers total. 25 had been on non-fastballs. That was 6th most in all of baseball right now. So it's like you start to question, like, is it the over-reliance on soft stuff where you're not willing to attack with the fastball as much? What might it be? But this is where you start breaking it down to that level where it's like, are you just attacking things from the wrong way? Is it similar to them needing to make an adjustment like they had to the middle of last year? Is it like, what is it? Because it feels like in a lot of big moments, it's the soft stuff that is often getting crushed on their end for a homer or whatever it may be.
It always comes back to the pitching with this team. At the end of the day, understandable that there's been a lot of games, especially the opener, where it's like, guys, can you do anything? And Sale was shoving. It's Chris Sale. He won the Cy Young. It does suck that happens when he comes back and he's hugging his kids and everything. And I love Chris Sale, so it's nothing against that. It's more just like, damn, we couldn't have got anything. Like, got nothing off this dude. Some people are even getting on Crochet for like, he got out-dueled. I'm like, stop it. Can we not do that? He gave up 2 solo bombs. One of them, he was being nice to us. He wanted me to get a ball. Like, come on. This guy was out there. He was acting like an ace. Chris Sale was a slightly better ace on that night, but that's what it ends up being at the end of the day. It's the pitching. And at this point, I was looking back and a little surprised going over the game logs of this month where the Red Sox have led for like half of them. If you look at any of the stats, by the way, you break any stat down, whether it's like a win, a loss, like which team led first, which team scored the most runs in this inning or that inning. The Sox are 500 at like everything. They're like, we'll be good this game. The next game, we won't do that thing. I think that's probably what pisses me off the most is like whatever you get. When we watch the game on Monday, the opener against the Mets, whatever like the story of the game is, it's going to be a different story on Tuesday. I think that's the only thing that we know is that like it's not going to be a repeat of the issue that happened the night before, but it's going to be a brand new issue.
That's it. And it's at this point in time, people call for Pete Fatsy. It was the first couple weeks of the season. That was the hot one. It feels like right now we're in the midst of the Fire Bailey, grouping where everyone's tweeting it out.
Hire a guy.
Hire a guy. Coley's been saying
a guy.
You could probably convince some people on Monday that they did fire Cora because he's going to be at Camila's graduation. So if you just tell the Fire Cora crowd's going to have a blast. Shout out Camila. Go BC. Go Eagles.
Yeah, go Eagles.
The Fire Core, if they win on Monday, especially like 10-2 or something, they're going to be like, I told you guys. But anyway, see.
No, but it's that. It's like it speaks to the just inconsistency of the entire team and why when you start doing this finger pointing thing, you end up pointing at everyone at least a little bit here and there because just overall as a team, for the talent they have, they're not performing up to the level they need to, And it's just that consistent theme. It can be the pitching one week. It can be the offense the first couple weeks. It can be the defense. And you're talking about, Flores and what's going on there. It's constantly one step forward, two steps back, another issue springs, and then we're having this conversation a different way every episode.
Yeah, that's why it's annoying to me is if the Red Sox lose a game and I'm like, man, this sucks. The replies are always, well, why don't you call for Cora? Why don't you call for Bailey? Because I don't think there's any one singular thing that me, the show, we could campaign for. And even if it came to fruition, even if they actually were like, hey, let's fire Andrew Bailey. Is that going to fucking fix the problem? No, it's really just, hey, there's an angry mob and they want blood. So here's the blood. It's not fixing anything.
It's the biggest
How
thing
about
that
player accountability? How about, hey, you're not doing your fucking job. Do your job better.
That's where it starts.
You're not hitting with fucking runners in scoring position. You're not playing.
You're walking
baseball.
In 3 runs. Like, what are we talking about?
I think Lou said it. Lou said it on his little walk and talk video, and he's right. Like, players coming up through the system learn how to play baseball selfishly. They're trying to get called up. They're not taught how to win. They're not taught like, hey, there's a runner at second and third. What am I going to do here? Try and shoot the ball to right field to drive in a couple runs. It's like, no, elevate. Try and fucking drive the ball off the wall. It's the game is played so selfishly where, again, I go back to the part about not learning how to win and how the guys that have been on this team for the last 3 years, it's like, how much winning experience do you have? Like, that's important.
But if you've been up here for 3 years, you should have a feel. You should have developed something.
How?
If you're sitting under Alex Cora, because you've played competitive baseball into mid-August all these years. It hasn't
They've
been
played 500 baseball.
Yes, and these were teams that were all in the race, in the wild card race, to the point where they were buying at the trade deadline last year, right? But they have played competitive baseball. You think there would be some learning, even if it isn't learning how to win in the playoffs, how to play winning baseball. If you've been in the big leagues on this team for 3 years, 4 years, whatever it may be, some of that should be rubbed on you by the coaching staff and the people you've been around. Like, by learning under them. That's the whole point of being under a manager and a team.
They're not learning. Like, how many times, like the fucking pickoffs, David Hamilton today, who I love, but like, you steal second base, the ball goes into center, you're already in scoring position, you make the third out at third base. Like, that's like high school shit.
That one was bad. That ball barely went past second. What are you doing?
Can't make the third out at third base.
That's on Hamilton. Like, blame the player there. Come on.
Yeah, there's just a lot of like bonehead mistakes that the team has been making, and it's been a tough watch. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Like, I don't know. It's so frustrating to watch. It's so frustrating to have to talk about. That's
what I hate. You come into these finales. I mean, how many rubber matches, Jerry? How many rubber matches? I mean, this is like 8, 9 in the last whatever, like month or 2 months. Yeah, they got swept by
Detroit. That was the only one that it wasn't.
So yeah, it's been ridiculous. But dude, it's been since 1982 that they missed the playoffs 4 years in a row. Like, that's what we're talking about here. That's what's on the line this season, having 4 straight seasons of Red Sox baseball where they don't even make the postseason, and now they have the friggin' wild card round. You can't even make that. You can't contend for that. Like, that's what's on the line. I'm sick of the people that listen to this program. I love you all equally. Seeing you at Fenway Park this weekend and so far this season, it's the same look on everybody's faces where we're all like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, we're ready. Like, we're all on the rocket ship and we're just ready for it to take off, and it's just not taking off.
We just like, come on, man. Here with our seatbelts on, just like, all right, here we go. All
right. You said this thing's taking off, right? We're going up. We're going, right? Here we go.
We're going? Yeah? No? Just sitting there.
We're just sitting there.
4 years.
We're all looking at each other like, this has to be it, right? There's no way they'd keep us in here for 4 years without taking off. Like, did they forget about us? And that's what it feels like now. It blows, man.
Can't even blame John Henry. All the people that are like, sell the team. It's like, John Henry Gave Bregman $40 million. That's what everyone was saying to do. Sign Bregman. He signed Bregman. Gave him $40 million to come to Boston.
Extend Crochet. They did it.
Extend Crochet. All right, here's the fucking money to do that. And then when shit looked like it was hitting the fan, he was on a plane less than 24 hours later to go to Kansas City to sort shit out one-on-one with Devers. So it's like everything that people want to place the blame on, it's just, I don't know. It just sucks. Like if it is, I'll say it for the 1 millionth time. It's baseball purgatory. You know, those years in 2014, 2015, 2012, at least like if it was a dumpster fire, at least it was interesting. Like you had like storylines that you could talk about. Now it's just like, yeah, this guy sucks, that guy sucks, this guy's hurt, that guy's hurt. You know, like what is like you've had the Raffy drama
for storylines. Yeah, we've had plenty of storylines.
Yeah.
It's just been the Raffy drama.
The Roman Anthony, the Marcelo Meyer conversation.
Casas storyline. Just because
there's more off the field
That's
stuff
injury.
now than we've had in a long time.
Sure, but the injury was, you act like we weren't talking about Casas not before that. Like he was one of the major storylines because he wasn't hitting anything.
Even Casas, you know, his spring training comments.
Well, that fits into what I said. This guy sucks. That guy sucks.
Well, it's
There
now
have
even
been
the
positive
Campbell
storylines. Like the Willier becoming like an all-star is a positive storyline. Campbell has been a positive storyline. The captain's been a positive storyline.
Don Raffaella.
Yeah, Rafaela. People don't view that as a positive storyline because they don't want him to play. They want another guy who doesn't hit the ball in the air anymore to play. Like that's not a fun storyline. Trevor Story, like I don't talk about him much anymore because everyone else is saying everything. Like people don't want him on the field anymore. By the way, when we talked about Henry talking to Devers, it was seen as a big win and a big loss, or a big win for Henry, big loss for Devers. I feel like Devers like comfortably won that if they got Campbell taking grounders at first.
Well,
unless they're having him take grounders at first, like underground somewhere. But it seems like he's for sure not doing it.
No, and now you have Campbell who, like, honestly, I sit there and do I think he's going to be able to learn it enough to play it? Sure. The guy's fighting for his life on the field right now, hitting wise. He's had a rough May. It's a negative 45 WRC plus. And listen, he's a good hitter. He's coming out of it. I have no worries. But making him bat cleanup and then figure out first base while still trying to figure out hitting at the big league level,
unfair.
it's a bad recipe, man. It's a bad recipe.
They asked Rafaela a lot last year as a rookie to play shortstop after playing center and learning not to swing at every pitch.
At least he had played shortstop in the minors. Like,
sure, no doubt, but not a lot the year previous, right?
Yeah, not a ton. It was like once a week, essentially.
And he also, by the way, wasn't playing major league shortstop. Like it was much different. So they asked him to do that after. It's like we give these young guys these contracts and we're like, boy, oh boy, are we going to get every penny out of this deal, which again, I'm all for, but Jesus Christ, like Campbell, if the plan is not for him to be the second, the first baseman long-term, I couldn't disagree with this thought process any more like loudly. Not that he'll be able to do it, but he needs more reps at second. Like that's the idea, not, oh, let's just bounce him around and eventually he'll find a home. Like, do you believe the guy or not?
And Sean McAdam said today that the Red Sox had made calls. The prices were either way too expensive or teams weren't willing to wave the white flag yet. So, like, that's why they're here where it's like, all right, well, Devers said no. Next in line, Christian Campbell. Let's see what we can do because it may offer a pathway for mine.
Yeah, this clearly wasn't their top option. The fact that they're doing, honestly, if I'm being fully honest about my reaction when I saw the tweet, I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, whatever gets Marcelo or Roman or both here, I'm just kind of in that boat now. And I know, Jerry, you've been talking about that for a while, but we're at the point now where there's not a lot more wiggle room here. Like it's early is over. Like you're going to be a third of the way through the season. Before you know it, it's going to be the All-Star break. Correct. You need to know who you are by then, and you got to get guys reps by then. And if it's Christian Campbell learning first base, I mean, it was going to be Raffy learning first base. I get he's played a hot corner, whatever. But like, I'm fine with whatever shakes things up a little bit because they clearly need to do that. Now, bringing Marcelo up isn't going to improve the rotation. I get that there's a bunch of holes to plug right now, but at least it shows you're trying to evolve and get better in season instead of just letting games go by.
But I don't agree that they made the right choice. Like, I think Story to first makes the team better.
I mean, Raffy's probably the thing, right? Like, and he doesn't want to do it, and that's a shit show.
I think they even look at Story right now, and they're like,
he can't hit anything.
No offense, Romy Gonzalez is a better hitter than you are. Like, maybe you can play first base a little bit, and we can just slide Meyer to shortstop and keep Campbell where he is. It keeps those guys on the right path. But yeah, I don't know.
His defense has been bad too. That's where it's like, all right, like obviously they're not going to DFA him. I think that's a crazy suggestion. playing him at first makes the most sense. Like, you're not gonna make him a bench player either. Like, he has to be in there. So that's where
Toro's as good as what Story would be at first right now. And Toro's played first base. So you could argue he'd be a better overall first baseman than Trevor Story. I think it's an easy argument. But the Story thing kind of makes this dicey because we were hoping to get production, had a little stretch there, but most of the season it's been next to nothing. This contract's brutal. And it sucks because I love Trevor Story. Guy's awesome. He was great in the 10. You root for him, but it's just clearly not working out right now.
I never expected anything from his bat. The defense and the range not being what we were promised. And that's not his fault, but that's what we were like, oh, he's going to come back. He's going to fix fucking everything. And he just hasn't. Like, he's been a negative there.
And that would have justified not this batting average, not this stretch, but it would have justified like low twos to whatever, like 235, whatever. We wouldn't care.
That's the problem right now. It's the fact that like the bat is so bad, it's not even like it's not livable. He's a significantly worse hitter than Ceddanne Rafaela was last year. Like, and when you have defense that is that bad, and do I think he's better than what the metrics are? I do. Still, you need to be Gold Glove caliber, at least what you were 2 years ago, if you're going to be anywhere near this. Right now, if he looks like he has the last month, I do think you get to the point where you have to have a DFA conversation because it's not a big league baseball player. It isn't.
I'm with T. I know Coley had mentioned that it's like this far-fetched, ridiculous thought. If John Henry ponied up the money on this team, then it's like, hey, we have to make some decisions here. Coley,
what'd they do with Yoshida?
What do they do, or what did they do?
What did they do?
They banished him.
Yeah, that's where I don't think DFA is even on the table, because
I think
they're not going to DFA the guy with the same amount of years left and less money. Why would they do it with the more expensive guy?
Because I think at this point, and I hate to say it, they might look at Trevor Story being like, this is it. Like, I think they're stashing Yoshida in case they can use him ever again, because
they know he's
like
a hit. He can hit.
Yeah, they know
he can hit. Like,
he would go to a team and help.
They are stashing Yoshida on the off chance that A, someone else wants him, or B, he can help us because we know he can hit. With Story, if they make the determination that, hey, like he's done, like he can't hit, he can't field, he can't throw, that's when you start talking DFA.
How much did they pay Pablo? What was the Pablo number?
It was half. It was 95.
More than, I feel like it's more than what
Story's still like 60 though, right? I mean, it's still a good chunk of change.
Something like that, yeah.
He has a 350 OPS going back to April 22nd right now with one extra base hit.
It's so bad. He had abysmal. Like a negative weighted runs created plus. Over,
-3 now over that.
I didn't even know that was possible.
On February 13th, Jerry tweeted, "I desperately want Trevor Story to be healthy and good this year. It changes the entire identity and dynamic of the Red Sox if that happens." I quoted that and said, if Story has a 690 OPS, but plays 140 games, the Red Sox are in the ALCS. And he's playing the games. Like, he's on pace to play.
What's his OPS?
Games.
It's like 585.
It's over 6. I'm stunned it's over 6, but it's 618.
Yeah.
So he's about 70 points shy of a bad OPS.
Holy, fair or unfair, when we're talking like, hey, if he can have a 690 or 650 OPS, we're assuming he's playing a Gold Glove shortstop, which he's
1,000%.
not doing that either. So
1,000%.
he's lower than the dreadful offensive mark that we set, and he's not playing defense.
Right.
And that's the stuff that makes you like
8
sit
extra
there and
base
say
hits
the player cooked.
And 178 at bats. Like, what are we talking about?
I feel genuinely bad for a lot of the guys, him specifically, where it's like, I signed this big deal. I genuinely do believe he wants to live up to it. And we're in year four now. Was it year 4 or 3?
Yeah,
4. Because he's missed 2 years.
4.
Year 4. And
year 4, that's crazy.
Now has a guy breathing down his neck. He didn't have that the previous years. It was just like, hey, you're going to play second. We're going to send Xander to San Diego, and then it'll be your job. And then he got hurt. And then this year, Meyer's now ready. Meyer's like, hey, I'm hitting the dog shit out of the ball down here, and I'm making sick web gems every other day. He hasn't had to deal with that part too. So he's coming back from injury, trying to prove like, hey, I am a guy who takes this leadership in the offseason. I try and build some sort of culture. And when I get back, I get off to a good start. Everyone's in my fucking mentions for some reason. Like, I'm not the biggest TS10 guy on the planet. Mm-hmm. And then now it's sure, I don't hear anything because of how truly bad it's gotten. And there's this guy right behind him being like, hey, I'm ready. Whenever people want to bring me up, I'm right here.
So I think this fan base, for as cutthroat as they can be, appreciate Trevor Story for everything that he is and everything that he brings to the table. And they also are smart enough to recognize how the players value Trevor Story. Like if you were to remove TS10 from the equation, I think that impacts everyone in the room negatively. I think they're all like, fuck, like our leader's gone. Like our guy is gone. That the wheels fell off last year after Story went down. It's like every year that he goes down, that's the pivotal point where shit hits the fan and it never recovers. Not that the season is going great to this point right now, but I don't know. I would be, for as awful as he's been, I would be reluctant to pull the plug on Story, knowing how that's going to affect the rest of the guys.
It's why I think him to first makes the most sense, because if you're looking for someone to assume that leadership, and again, it would have to be his suggestion, because clearly the Red Sox have not asked him, per him, and per the fact that Christian Campbell keeps taking grounders there. It's bad that Cora's going into games being like, hey, when we get down 15, you're over there. Like, that's not a good sign.
At down 15 or up 10, I'm like, when has that happened all year? Like, neither of those really happened. But
that's where Story is just like, hey, get me over to first. And I can't remember who said it. Someone was making the point, like, we don't know if Rafi has any idea that like Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer are human beings, like that are really good, that are going to, like, that's probably a lot of the guys in the major league roster. I know Story obviously has the camp and he brings guys out there, but how much, like us here, like the people who do this very much know about these guys and more guys, but like, yeah, the major league guys have to be worried about the team they're about to face, the pitcher they're about to face. I don't think they know. They just hear, oh yeah, there's a shortstop coming. There's this outfielder coming.
I think spring training, at least this year, and you can maybe pull Devers out of that equation because he didn't play in a lot of games, but hell, Trevor Story, you were in the dugout. Like, you knew Marcelo Meyer was... like, if you're Trevor Story sitting there, like, Marcelo Meyer has been in the dugout, and he's going to go out there in the 5th inning and go play the rest of the game for you. You know what I mean? So, like, I do feel like there is an understanding of those players being on the horizon. I think the leash would be longer on Story if Meyer wasn't doing what he's doing. It just becomes incredibly hard to see him out there and really lacking any kind of impact tool on the field right now when you have someone in Meyer who not only has the tools to do it on the field, but we've mentioned it on the podcast, what he kind of brings off the field too. There is that like kind of swagger and maybe some of that charisma, some of that leadership on the younger side that could have a nice impact on this team and at least the younger guys on the squad.
They need that so desperately. I feel like this team is so friggin' tense. They're just tight. Like everything is tight, and even just seeing the dugout situation. I mean, it's funny because they're a tense team, but then the dugout sellies are like, that's the loosest team of all time.
Crochet's having a blast, by the way.
Crochet's squeezing Obies like crazy.
No one's happy here.
Wait,
he's like, this is so much better than last year. I don't know what the fuck these guys are complaining about.
They love
it. Dude, that was probably my biggest takeaway being behind the dugout on Saturday is like they're best buddies. Dick Fitz and Garrett Crochet were just yapping the whole time. Then like, dude, double. Let's like squeeze and like jerk a dick. Like they're doing like every single celebration possible, which is great. But the team in general just feels like, you know, in most situations, they're just tight and they want the next guy to do it so that, okay, if he does it, then maybe I can do it. Then we can string things together. It's like, no, you start the rallies. You get that going. I'd be fine. Like when the Campbell video surfaced to him doing the grounders or they're scooping the ball and whatnot. And I know Will sent us one in the scoop shop. It's like, I'm fine with that when you scale everything out where it's like, okay, yes, we're moving this kid to literally every position. I don't love that, but that lets Marcelo Meyer come up. That lets you start to see a potentially different version of this team. You then can have the discussions maybe of whatever you want to do with Story. It sucks because like the best case scenario, and this is going to sound like mean to Trevor Story, but the best case scenario would probably just be what he was last year, which is like a veteran presence around the team that doesn't play for the team.
Yeah,
like
they
would bet he would be the guy. He'd be like the guy that can like, you know, talk to players and all that. But it's like, we don't need you out there though. Like, don't bring your glove or your bat. It'll be like Rafi, but just don't bring your bat either. Like, just don't bring anything to the park. Just like show up in like a hoodie and we'll give you all the free merch and everything and just talk to the guys. That would be the best case.
It's part of my problem with like how they've handled the Devers thing too, because they've reaped all this like negativity around the guy they still have signed the longest and the guy who's done the most, like we already covered in this show with the team. they're not asking other guys who have they've made similar commitments to make those same sacrifices. Like they're acquiescing to worse players, which seems insane to me. Not asking Story to go to first when that would clearly at this juncture make your team much better is weird by them. I'm not saying he needs to be like, please put me at first. He has pride. He wants to be a major league shortstop, but when Devers has pride and wants to be a third baseman, it's a bad thing. That's the fan problem, not the player problem.
They clearly love rookie hazing here. It's like, you know what? We're going to put you where we want to put you. With Rafael last year, Christian Campbell this year, it's like they're okay doing it. And these, in their defense, like with Campbell, he does seem like he actually just wants to do what's best for the team. I know guys say that.
Of course
I do believe him. Yeah.
Do we have clarity on that? Did Campbell go to Cora and say, I'll do it? Or did they go to him and say, can you do it? Do we know?
I believe they went to him.
I bet they asked him. Yeah.
And Campbell was just like, I'll do whatever it takes to help the team.
Campbell pretty consistently has been like, I just want to be on the team. Like,
they asked him, what's your best position? Whatever helps the team win. Like that's.
But he's actually saying it. There's other dudes that say that, and you're like, yeah. But at home, you're like, fuck this. I hate this. Like Campbell, I think actually just wants.
Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
Derek Jeter never said that. He was strictly, I'm a shortstop. I am the worst to ever do it, and that's never going to change.
I am the woat.
He is. He's statistically the worst shortstop of all time. And he was like, I am never changing. You guys got the fucking best shortstop of all time statistically. He can play third base. Go fuck yourself.
I love the idea of him saying that because like Jeter's done a lot of speeches. He just did like one of those graduation speeches. Like, and I need you all to know I was the worst of all time. And look, I'm still giving this speech. So you can
go check out the numbers.
Yeah.
And check out the numbers. I suck. So you can all suck too. It's okay.
I know you guys are probably all on your phones right now during my speech. So why don't you guys pull up Fangraphs and check out the all-time defensive run saved at shortstop. I am the worst to ever do it. I did play for, 10 years with the best shortstop who ever lived. And he was juiced to the gills. And I made him go to third base, because that's me, baby. I don't do what's best for the team. I'm the captain,
baby. That's what I do.
The captain. Yep. So,
do you think they're reluctant to put Story at first base because they just believe if they do, then he has no value at all? Because if he can't give them defense, because even if the metrics are bad right now,
I was thinking about Ridge.
Okay. Continue.
What about it? What about it, T?
Yeah.
Do you have any numbers on Ridge?
The best thing is T had no idea. He's like, tell me about this player, Ridge. Like, can you play first? Who is this guy?
Yeah.
I can't do it. If you read it, I can't do it.
Why?
What? It requires props.
No, it doesn't. Do you think I have props? Go ahead. Tell us about Ridge.
This Ridge wallet right here. I highly encourage. Oh, no, I'm reading whatever it says for the host to do again.
You fight through it, T. Oh, you have a Ridge wallet?
Oh, I've got the Ridge wallet and I've got the Ridge keychain. What do they call it? The key case, because it's not just a keychain. I would open these boxes, but they are empty because I have already implemented these into my day-to-day life.
There you go.
They're in my car right now. I'm not going to go leave and get them, but I think that's the best cosign I can give to them because I've been listening to podcasts for years now, Jerry. You know that about me.
Of course.
And Ridge has always done ads on everybody but our fucking program. So I was furious about that. I'm thrilled they're here now because I've wanted to try these things. I didn't even know about the key case. The key case is unbelievable.
Tell me about it.
In terms of how you can store these things. Because as a guy who has a lot of keys, and that's people know about me, big key guy. I look like a janitor. I look like a custodian. So I look like a guy who'd have a lot of keys. And boy, do I. This thing, it keeps them compact. It's almost like a switchblade. I don't know. I don't have the ad read in front of me because T was supposed to be doing this. I'm just saving it. But I don't know if they want the verbiage of switchblade in it, but I'm saying in a cool way, not in a dangerous way.
Right.
Because these keys, they fold in here. And whenever you need one, you just push it right out, which is the exact same technology they have in the Ridge wallet. You can stack as many, I believe it's like 20. Don't quote 12. 12's close enough. You can hold 12 cards in this bad Larry. It also comes with a money clip or this like elastic band type thing. I took the elastic band right off that sucker because I needed the money clip just to have a little cash, a little payola that you can just jam in that bad Larry. But yeah, this thing, you got your cards right there because let's be real, fellas, who's using cash in today's workaday world. You
me.
need
Not
the
me.
cards. So I got my card in here. I've got my license in here. I've got my credit cards. I've got my debit cards in here. I've got my Costco card in here. You know, the important shit.
That's right.
And it's RFID blocking, so you can't have one of these Utes, one of these troublemakers walking up with one of their little, one of these hackers coming up to you and just zipping all your information right there. It's gonna Dikembe Mutombo your shit into the 12th row. It's blocking it. It's a modular design. It is sleek. T, I'm worried about you at the Ridge wallet because it is sleek. It's tight. You're a guy who loses wallets pretty routinely, and I feel like a lot of your pockets are sweatpant material. So like this thing is going to be slip sliding out of that bad Larry frequently. So we're gonna have to
Coley,
out.
funny you mention it because the Ridge wallet has the Ridge AirTag attachment.
Wow.
So you'll always know exactly where it is before panic mode kicks in.
Which he does need desperately.
Very badly. But the good thing is, if I do lose it, I can take advantage of Ridge's Memorial Day sale and get up to 40% off right now by going to www.ridge.com/section10. Let me say it one more time for the people listening right now. www.ridge.com/section10. Go out there, get another one, get 2 or 3, get a couple replacements. That's what I'm going to do. That way I never have to worry about leaving my wallet.
Get some as a gift for your friends as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Men or women.
Yeah. And they will ask you how you heard about them. Please say that you heard them from the McMahon T Section 10. Tell them that we sent them your way because they'll appreciate that. And also, no matter what you pick, Ridge has free shipping. A 99-day risk-free trial and a lifetime warranty on all of their products. So, just saying. There's really no downside to it.
Only upside.
Is that a Red Sox wallet that you have, Coley?
Oh yeah, and key and how did I forget? Key tag, keychain, key case Hernandez.
Okay.
Key case Hernandez.
I like that. And
He's got to get on that immediately.
Steve, you smell so good today.
Oh, thank you. You can smell through the screen here, through your camera.
Oh yeah, buddy. You smell very good.
Is that because of Mando?
It's because of Mando, and I could tell that you smell like Mount Fuji. Can you tell us more about that?
100% I can, brother. It's my favorite thing to smell like.
Yep.
I'm telling you right now. I'm looking forward to wait. What is this? This one's crazy.
What?
So with Mando, you got the whole body deodorant, and this is a spray. This is bourbon leather right here. Steve, have you ever wanted to smell like bourbon leather? Because it's all I've ever dreamed about smelling like. This is the spray. It's for pits, packages, and feet. It's safe for sensitive skin. For you weaklings out there, they thought about you as well. And then you got the acidified body wash. It's pH optimized to control odor. Also bourbon leather, because again, I refuse to smell like anything else. But they do, Jerry. They have the stick deodorant. That's the Mount Fuji boy right there. That is a smooth, solid, and it's aluminum free. As the big Brit would say, aluminium free. But 72 hours of odor control. If you're out there using one of these 24 to 36, even 48 hour deodorants, you're a loser. You're a nobody. There's nothing I have for you. However, Steve, my favorite product at Mando, it's the wipes. It's the deodorant wipes, especially as we get into the summer, kid. Like if you're traveling somewhere, you get just a little damp, just a little moist somewhere. You bust out one of these bad Larrys. I love them, specifically getting off of a plane after a long flight.
That's
it's
a good
dirty
call.
in there. It's grimy. You just give yourself a little wipe down, get to the hotel shower, do all that. But Steve, what were you about to say?
I think he was going to mention that all the products were baking soda free, right?
That was the first thing I was going to say. Secondly, though, it's just great that it's whole body deodorant, right? Safe to use anywhere on your body. Jerry, that includes the pits, the balls, the thigh folds, the belly buttons, the butt cracks, and also the feet. It's created by a doctor who saw firsthand how normal BO is being misdiagnosed and mistreated. Clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 70 2 hours. Folks, that's 3 days if you do the math. That's Stevie Stats there. Mando deodorant product options we got for you. Solid deodorant stick, which Coley alluded to. I mean, it's formulated and powered by mandelic acid, which Jerry knew, to stop odor before it starts. The spray deodorant. Love the spray deodorant.
That's what I
Aluminum
can
free.
smell on you. I smelled that on you on the Monster.
Yep, I have had it on all weekend, and then before we recorded, I'm like, I got to make sure I smell good for the fellas. Aluminum free and ideal for hard to reach places, like we already mentioned before, what those places are. Like Jerry said, all products are baking soda free, and that's a beautiful thing. You can choose from a variety of fresh scents like bourbon leather, clover woods, Mount Fuji, like Coley mentioned, or Pro Sport, if you're just doing sports and doing athletics like people do in the summer. Clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, and a beautiful thing that we love here called free shipping. As a special offer for listeners, as a special offer for every listener, new customers and offerers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack by using code SECTION10 at shopmando.com. That is section 10 at shopmando.com. Please support the show and tell them that the Section 10 boys sent us.
Suck one.
Suck one.
Hell yeah, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
So yeah, to answer your question, T, I think they're not considering moving Story to first because they're actually going to keep Campbell at first, Meyer at short, and Hamilton at second. I think that's what they're going to do.
Huh?
Like,
you think they're
Meyer forces the issue essentially?
What do they do with Story?
I think Meyer's going to come up and play second initially, and then I think they're eventually going to settle on him going back to short and Hamilton playing second with Campbell at first.
And Story's just hurt in that
Or
scenario.
Yeah, he's just or not playing a lot. But I do think that's how this probably
that scenario's tough.
ends.
I love the concept, like I mentioned earlier, of Story being around the team and not playing, but then the concept of him at this point of his career not playing. I mean, you're going to have to make some tough decisions. You look at the roster and talking to people at the park this weekend, we're all saying the same thing. It's like, you have to shake it up. And everyone always says it the same way too. But if that happens, then this would happen. But then if that happens, then they would be upset. Some people are going to be pissed off. Some players' feelings are going to get hurt.
Having that conversation, and we know that based off
I
the
know.
Devers situation.
But
like,
at what point
You got to do it at this point.
At what point do you say too fucking bad? You should have played better. Like,
Yeah,
you're right.
This is the point.
We
You're
are
in the majors.
this
What are we
position
talking
because you guys didn't fucking play better. You guys don't win enough, and that's why we have to shake things up. It's not like you're not being punished. It's not like you guys have this 10 games above 500, and we're just like, we got to shake things up around here. It's like, no, it's the 4th consecutive year of 500 baseball. And
you suck. That's how they should do the meeting. You suck. We want guys that don't suck. All right.
Yeah.
Like, we
We're
as a
gonna try
team.
out this guy. If he sucks, you might be back in the mix.
Yeah, you should be rooting for this guy to suck because he's taking your spot. Like, that's how these meetings should go. But you need to have some hard conversations now. It's not far from June. Like, they got to get going. And if shuffling it up doesn't work, whatever, you need to shuffle it up. Like, you need to make changes. So do it now.
I think it'd be a weight lifted on the locker room just because they're waiting for that shoe to drop. And the longer you extend it, the more it is kind of hovering over everyone. Like, when is it going to happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, who's going to... And Coley, you call it from the jump, where it's like, they're going to take too long to pick this. And they have. They've waited too long to figure this out. Even though if you knew Raffy said no and that whole thing happened, still make a decision, like, be definitive and just go now instead of wasting all this time.
Yeah, I don't really feel that way as much on the infield. I think for Story right now, like, as a platoon guy, like, he's hitting 300 against lefties. Is the BABIP 400? It is. So there's going to be regression. But he can hit lefties a little bit.
That's such a T thing to say.
It's true.
If the BABIP 400, you
Listen, I'm not trying to act like he's a slugger.
But the BABIP's 400 T.
But where the outfield is right now, it's like such a weird point for them because Ceddanne Rafaela is showing everything that, like, any doubter would have had. He's coming in. He's one of your more valuable players right now with what he's doing defensively as well, hitting 300 in the month of May. Willie Abreu is one of the best 2 or 3 bats on this team. And then seemingly the team goes as Jarren Duran goes, at least offensively. When you see, even in this series, when Duran's bat starts to heat up, it feels like the offense is able to do things. now they're in a spot here where it's like, how do you even fit Roman Anthony into this thing unless you make the trade or Devers was willing to play first base? Otherwise, you're just sitting back here and like throwing your hands up. And I think everybody knows, yes, Roman hasn't been lifting the ball as much ever since he had that weird situation where he fouled it off himself. But still, it's a guy who hit 300 over the last month and should be on the big league roster already.
You know,
like there's no easy solution to getting him up here now at all.
You know who's a natural infielder, right?
Jarren Duran.
Cedar Rafael.
No, Jarren Duran.
Yeah.
Duran at first would be very funny.
People still put that in the mentions every day. I'm like, you guys got to stop saying Duran.
He's strong enough for it. Like it's a weird fit, but he definitely he doesn't not have the build for it.
It's funny because at face value, like anyone could play. You're putting a rookie that's never played first at first base, so that sets the bar.
Right.
You can all do it. You can all do it. So I get why people say that.
I don't know that he's got the like.
No, I know what you're going to say, and I fully agree. And I don't think he would want to do that. And you're just not using him best by doing that.
No,
he's also a guy who's an ARB and putting him at first base.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk about what you bring into the conversation.
I think
you already negotiated next year, though, so he's already been paid for next year. So it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it has to be picked up, right? That's the whole situation.
Yes, the Red Sox have to pick it up, but
or go and negotiate. And it has to be $8 million, right? Wasn't that the number?
I believe 8 because they gave him like 4
pick up my
this
option.
year.
I'll play first base tomorrow.
That could be a conversation.
He's not going to fucking play first base.
No, he wouldn't.
No.
Yeah.
Could they ever, and I threw out this hypothetical lineup on Twitter before because I was just going through trying to distract myself from being annoyed at how that series went. And I had Rafaela at second base, Marcelo Meyer at short, Anthony in left, Campbell in first, Abreu right, Bregman third, Devers DH, Duran center, and then the captain playing catcher. And I don't, of the crazy things, I'm looking through it and I'm like, that's actually not, your lineup would be Duran, Devers, Bregman, Abreu, Campbell, Anthony, Meyer, Rafaela, Narvaez. Like that's one of the best lineups in baseball if people are cooking, but who knows? I don't love hypotheticals, and then I did one, so I was hypocritical.
Yeah, I think if Rafael is playing, he's playing center field. They don't want him anywhere near the infield.
No, I know.
But
again, something uncomfy is going to have to happen, even if it's like making yourself worse in one area and getting Roman Anthony on the team.
He's just so good in center.
He is.
He's incredible.
Like
you can't turn your eye to it. And people reply with that too, and it's like, dude, it's why this is difficult. Like, if it was easy to just move him to second, they would have done that by now and done the other moves. Like, he would probably win, obviously, the Platinum Glove. So,
yeah, I think in terms of the players waiting for that shoe to drop, in terms of what the big change is going to be, or who's going where, who's moving positions, who's going down, who's getting traded, who's getting DFA'd. As a person whose job it is to observe what's going on and then talk about it, I am equally as aggravated. I'm just like, I gotta fucking sit down and watch this team again, knowing this is not the team. Like, give me the team. Just tell me, what decisions have you made? Like, once you call up Meyer and Anthony, what does the team look like? Like, who's playing for, like, who's your first baseman? Like, these are all things that have to be figured out in the next month, minimum or maximum.
I'd say a couple weeks, 2 to 3, yeah,
maximum by a month from now, because you can't keep moving forward, dicking these two prospects around down in AAA. You can't keep moving forward trying to sell the fan base on Nick Sogard and Abraham Toro as your first baseman. You've got no disrespect to Nick Sogard's played a very nice first base over
but
there.
But Romy's coming back at the start of next week or the next couple days, 3 or 4. So, like, how does that factor in with what you're doing with Campbell? Because they're not a platoon, you know?
It shouldn't.
Weird. It's a lot of weirdness.
I'm not bending over backwards to accommodate players that are not everyday players on playoff teams.
Feels like they do a lot of that too.
Yeah, they do. So we'll see. Anything else on that? Ethos. A lot of us know when we need life insurance to protect our family's financial future if anything happens to us, and one of the biggest excuses for putting it off might be that you think it's too expensive. Forbes recently released a study in March of 2025 that said over half of Americans don't have life insurance because they think it's too expensive. According to an April 2024, is that a LIMRA? MLIMRA? What's that, Coley?
I believe it's a type of marsupial.
Okay. According to an April 2024 LIMRA study, people are overestimating the cost of life insurance by 3x. But with Ethos, you can get affordable life insurance easily online. I can attest to that. I'm one of those people that thought that it was too expensive, found out with the power of Ethos, really, really affordable and not something that you should be looking at as a daunting financial burden. With Ethos, you can get a free quote and customize a rate that fits your budget. You can get up to $3 million in coverage. Some policies as low as $2 per day, billed monthly. Lock in your rate today, since premiums can go up as you age. No medical exam required. You just answer a few health questions, 100% online. Get a quote in as little as 10 minutes. You can get same-day coverage without ever leaving your house. According to a stat from January 2025 in The Guardian, it can take weeks to get approved with traditional life insurance carriers. As of March 2025, Business Insider named Ethos the #1 no medical exam instant life insurance provider. 3 million families have completed their applications and trusted Ethos to help find the right coverage. Ethos has 4.8 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot with over 2,400 reviews. Protect your family with life insurance from Ethos. Get your free quote today at ethos.com/section10. That is ethos.com/section10. Okay. Any other thoughts on that series against the Braves? No. I thought it was cool that Train's youngest daughter wanted to spend her birthday thing. The birthday thing that she wanted to do was Fenway. That was very cool.
With the super fan.
So now I can't even tell you how many times I got that this weekend. Like walking around Fenway.
The fan.
Walking around Fenway, people just being like, is that fucking Jerry Superfan? Some girl tweeted it. So I was pulling out of the parking garage and she was wearing a Section 10. I believe her name was Kendra. I want to get that right. Give her a shout out. Why not? She was wearing a Section 10 jersey. And
she had a typo in her tweet.
She said
fucking roaster, T. Get
her
out.
She seemed like a nice woman.
This dumb broad typing words.
Whoa, yeah. Shout out to
even
Kendra.
know how to tweet.
She was walking by and she was wearing a Section 10 jersey. I was like, I love your Section 10 jersey. And she's like, thanks. And she kept walking. And then, but like a few seconds later, she turned around. She's like, is that Jerry Superfan? I got
Superfan.
it all weekend. I'm going again tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going.
That's how I felt today, honestly. Even coming off the walk, I'm like, I'm going to Fenway again. This is probably a little too much right now.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, I mean, I hadn't been since opening day, and then I go Friday, Saturday, Monday. So, yeah, me and the old man are going.
That's why
you're a super fan. Yeah, you got to live up to being a super fan.
That's right. That's right. Unobstructed Views, I believe, is on Thursday. Tate?
Yeah, that Brennan Bernardino performance on Friday was one of the grossest things I've ever watched in my entire life.
Awful.
I just have to throw that out
embarrassing.
there as well. Coming in and you walk 3 guys, you record no outs. I have never been so disgusted in my entire life. And it also makes me continue to question why you need this many lefties in the bullpen while Luis Guerrero is rotting down in AAA.
T, I will add, while you're on that, it was a real fun time watching a ball game at Fenway with T. I had never, it's something that just doesn't make any sense. If you gave me all these ingredients of who Tyler is, if you told me one of them is that he's never at Fenway Park, I'd be like, well, that one doesn't add up. That doesn't make any sense at all. But to be able to watch the game up on the Monster, you took the nips out immediately. The second that ball went down the line, we both knew what was going on. I got the phone out. I'm like, let's go. Like, let's do this. You knew what the deal was. People around us that didn't know about Nips for Chips, oh, were they in for a treat there? That was got the whole Monster going. That was incredible. But yeah, we equally, I think, wore that Bernie outing. where it's like, you gotta be kidding me,
No
brother. Like,
one more fired up than Mikey Emond.
Oh, he's amazing, dude.
was
he's as
like,
authentic as they come at all times.
I love
Yeah.
it.
He doesn't just boo. Yeah, he does the thumbs down like in your face. When we
lets you know.
were close to the dugout though, like
Just
even
in
is
case
smart
you're
enough.
deaf. Boo.
He's still smart enough to know that like when you're like really close to the players, he's like, nah, we still get this access and stuff. I'm not gonna be like, you fucking suck, like to his face. But hey, we're up on the monster. It's like there's enough of a gap there. It'll just blend in with the crowd. That was embarrassing. And then we knew the Sox were obviously gonna score a run in the bottom of the inning, which they do.
Trevor Story too.
I know.
The guy
Yeah,
who actually
I
does
forgot it
deliver
was
the hit.
Story. Everything after the Bernie walks, it just kind of blacked out of my memory. But yeah.
We got a little Nick Birdie too. I know a lot of people didn't know that he was getting called up. I thought he looked fine in his 2 outings. It wasn't anything crazy. The first one when he recorded just 1 out, that's all they needed. And on Saturday, it was 2 innings, 4 hits, 1 K, 1 walk. I thought the stuff would pop velo-wise a little bit more. He's been up to 99. It felt like it was more 94, 96. But an arm, please cycle through him. My question more than anything here is, though, he can't be sent down. He doesn't have options. So is he going to get a real roadway here as they try to kind of let him show what he was showing down in AAA where he was absolutely shoving? Because it is stuff that, when he's right and if he can kind of tap into a little bit more velo like he was earlier this year, it should be some of the better stuff in the bullpen.
When I go to Stop and Shop, I can cross off everything that's on my list.
Tactical move incoming!
Stop and Shop. Look ahead. Stop and Shop.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
Look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, we look ahead. Red Sox win, leave them dead. Red Sox win, I'm seeing red. Stop and Shop, we look ahead.
Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
What's better than having to Stop and Shop, getting it done for all of you?
The Stop and Shop look ahead, brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop right now. Use promo code section 10. You'll get 10 cents off your tangerines only when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines only at Stop and Shop. It's a 3-game set against the New York Mets, who I believe lost tonight. Sunday Night Baseball, I saw.
8-2, yeah.
Dang, brah. So they
Yankees 6 in the
lose
bottom
a series.
of the 8th. Oof.
Dang. Oof. Shit. So they lost 2 out of 3 to the Yankees. So they're going to be limping into this series against the red hot Red Sox. You know what I'm saying? They better watch the fuck out because they're going to get beat up if they don't look out for the Sox. You know what I mean, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hunter Dobbins versus Kodai Senga in the opener. In the middle game, it's the return of Walker Buehler versus now starting pitcher Clay Holmes. And then the finale, it is Garrett Crochet against Tyler Megill. Very excited for this series because I feel like these are the best pitching options the Red Sox have. Am I wrong?
Nope.
Right now, yeah, definitely.
I am wrong?
No, right now you're correct. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Hunter Dobbins, 2-1 with a 3.90 ERA, a 1.30 whip, and a 7.5 strikeouts per 9. The magic number for Dobbins appears to be 10 whiffs. In his 3 starts with 10 plus whiffs, he has allowed 0, 1, and 2 earned runs. In the 2 starts with fewer than 10 whiffs, he has allowed 4 and 5 earned runs. He has allowed 8 whiffs. He only has 8 whiffs and allowed a season high 14 fly balls against the Tigers in his last start. Dobbins continues to get crushed by lefties. Righties are hitting him at a 203 clip with a 514 OPS. Lefties 370 with a 1074 OPS. T. Who's coming to town again? The Mets?
Yes.
They don't have any good lefties, right? Like no, they don't have like Juan Soto. No.
0 for 4.
Or like
tonight.
Frankie Lindor. No. He can't hit switch, right? No.
Nah, trash.
The issue appears to be the curveball. He has thrown 55 of them this year, 53 to left-handed hitters. They're hitting 429 with a 786 slug. Do you think he should stop throwing the curveball to lefties, T?
No, I'm okay with them continuing to use it. My concerns with Dobbins, yes, the
throw
lefties
more.
are a problem.
Throw more. Why not? Yeah.
It's just right now you get to the 5th inning, 6th inning, he runs out of gas, the velo drops down, the fastball starts getting hit hard. That is my bigger concern more than anything. And with a short bullpen, that's not a great combination, especially with
like they're not tall.
Yes.
Exactly. Got it. Yeah. Kodai Senga 4-2 with a 1.02 ERA and a 117 whip and a 8.5 strikeouts per nine. Senga's been unbelievable. In 8 starts, he's allowed 5 earned runs in 44 1/3 innings. That's crazy. He has 5 starts in which he has allowed 0 earned runs. He has only allowed more than his biggest issue is the walks. He has 2+ walks in all but 1 start this year and has 5 walks in a game this month. The forkball, 99th percentile in run value. Hitters are hitting 0.85 against it. 42% whiff rate. The Mets somehow are 5-3 when he starts. How? I don't get that. But they are. Walker Buehler, welcome back. 4-1 with a 4.28 ERA, a 1.22 whip, and a 7.8 strikeouts per nine. He's making his first start since April 26th. In his first 4 starts before going on the injured list, he had a 2.59 ERA and held hitters to a 5.89 OPS. Buehler's sinker has been his best pitch this year. 0.95 batting average, 0.95 slug. In his last start before the injured list stint, he was that was his number 1 pitch. Most importantly, the Red Sox are 5-1 when Walker Buehler takes them out. We love to see that. Clay Holmes, 5-2, a 3.14 ERA, a 1.25 whip, and an 8.9 strikeouts per nine. Very solid in the Mets rotation. He's completed 5+ innings in his last 7 starts. Has only allowed more than 3 earned runs twice this season. May has been a little bit of a struggle for him. 3 starts, 4 ERA, 4.60 FIP, 7.32 OPS against. He throws his sinker 38% of the time, and hitters are seeing it well this year. 3.13 batting average, 4.03 slug. The whiff rate, not great at 16%. His changeup, pretty good. Throws it pretty much just the lefties, 2.07 batting average, 35% whiff rate. The Mets are 7-2 when he starts, but they lost his last outing. Garrett Crochet, 4-3, a 2 ERA even, a 1.06 whip, and a 10.4 strikeouts per nine. In May, Garrett Crochet has gone 3 starts, 19 innings, 18 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 23 strikeouts, 3 home runs, a 1.89 ERA. The Red Sox are 1-2 in these starts. This is essentially our whole season in a nutshell. His baseball savant page is pretty much Dante's Inferno. It's all red. Red. Tyler Megill is 3-4 with a 3.74 ERA, a 1.38 whip, and an 11.6 strikeouts per nine. His season is the tale of 2 months. In April, 6 starts, a 1.74 ERA, a 2.36 FIP, and a 5.41 OPS. In May, 3 starts, an 8.76 ERA, a 5.13 FIP, and an 8.59 OPS. His fastballs have been a disaster in the month of May. The 4-seam, 3.16 average, 6.32 slug, somehow still a 47% whiff rate. The sinker, 3.75 batting average, a 3.75 slug, 11% whiff rate. The Mets are 4-6 when he starts, and they've lost 4 straight. 4 straight of his. Again, that is Hunter Dobbins versus Kodai Senga. That is Walker Buehler versus Clay Holmes. And that is Garrett Crochet versus Tyler I suck in the month of May, Megill. Prediction time, the McMahon.
So I'm going 1-2. And I'm taking the Crochet versus the Tyler. Every Mets fan fucking hates that guy. They don't know how he keeps making the rotation. And then he'll have these brilliant starts, and then it all just falls apart. If we can't take advantage of the guy who's falling apart and win that game handedly, it's worse than we thought.
Cake.
It's another classic 1 out of 3 from Cake.
Oh, God.
I knew he was going to do that.
he nailed it this weekend. He was up on the monster for the first loss. Obviously a tough win on Saturday, but followed it up with a nice loss on Sunday. Mets come in and dog walk this team.
Classic cake with the 1 out of 3. Steven?
Yeah, I'm joining the 1 and 2 squad here with Cake and Coley. Cake and Coley, that's probably a fun night. Mets have the best
Spent
team
a lot of
ERA.
nights together.
We're tight. We're really good, Cake and Coley. Mets have the best team ERA in baseball at 2.86. That sucks because the Red Sox will probably have a lot of zeros on the monster this weekend. Mets 7th in the majors in OPS. I'm excited for that Buehler start. Really been missing him from the rotation, especially considering the Sox rotation sucks outside of Garrett Crochet. I think they win that game. I would think they win. See, that's the difference. That's going to be a difference in the series. If the Sox win 2 out of 3, do they not do something stupid in the Buehler start, like after he's out? I think that might be the difference at the start of this week. Juan Soto, 3 for his last 25, so expect him to take one of our relievers to the moon at some point in this series. I would love to get that first City Connect win out of the way. Kind of thought they were going to wear him all weekend. Wasn't super pumped that they didn't. Still want to see Raffy in the Monster City Connect jersey with the Wally head on. This is just tough to be positive about the team right now. So I would rather be surprised by what they do than expect them to be better than they really are. Sox winning 1 out of 3.
T-Dog?
Yeah, I'm going to go 1 and 2 in this series. I'm looking at Hunter Dobbins and Walker Buehler back to back. I don't like that at all because I think you need to have a quick hook with Dobbins because he runs out of gas very quickly. Buehler threw 60 pitches in his last live bullpen. So is he going to be ready to give you 100 pitches? I don't think so. I think you're looking at 80 there. So those are 2 nights in a row where you're asking a lot out of the bullpen. That feels like you're going to get a loss there. I do believe in the Garrett Crochet game where you can kind of clean up. But Pete Alonso at Fenway Park, he's played 7 games there, 3 home runs and 1,100 OPS. I think we're going to see some Pete Alonso bombs over the monster, unfortunately. So, yeah, I think they drop Dobbins and Buehler and they find a way to get the Crochet win. And we're still in a tough situation in a couple days.
Yeah, I got a Mets sweep.
I like it.
It's nothing against Garrett Crochet. He's obviously amazing, but the Red Sox bullpen sucks. And they don't even win when he pitches well. So it really doesn't matter. I think Garrett Crochet goes 8 shutout innings and the Red Sox still lose.
I do love having Crochet in the finale. They're 2 and 4 in series finales this month. They were great in series finales. That has flipped immediately. Win on recording day, please.
I had some Titan the 8th stats.
Yeah, what do you got?
Yeah, where is it? Tied the 8th in 2025 on the road, 1 and 5.
Ooh.
At Fenway, 4 and 2.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know what sucks with that on the road, Jerry? Is that those are walk-offs. So those sting a little more.
Yeah, they definitely sting a lot more.
Mm-hmm. They've been tied in the 8th entirely too frequently.
It's been a lot. I've been bad at tied in the 8th this year, hand up. I haven't been on enough of them. Sometimes I do have to do stuff for the dog, so there's a reason, but others, I just don't hop on, and I suck at it.
Yeah, you're an asshole.
Yeah. People know that, though.
Yeah, and then you were on one the other day where it was like the mic was muted, and then you muted us. You were just...
No, I know. I've put up a really bad tied in the 8th performance this year. I'm not hiding from it.
Wasn't tied in the 8th your idea originally?
It was during the COVID season, yeah, to try to have something to spice things up because that was the worst team of all time. And knowing it was a 60-game season, too, it's like there can't be that many of them. This team sucks. They're not going to be tied in the 8th that often. So, yeah.
I liked your dad being in that one.
Yeah, true. He was in that. And Lila was in that one, the pup.
Oh, the pup. Yeah, very cute.
Mm-hmm. Oh, super cute. Got some good scratches.
Well put together dog.
Okay.
Out of pocket T, you know?
Anytime a dog comes up, he'll start his first 2 points are like, oh yeah, people say that. And then the third one's like, no one's ever said that about a dog ever. But
I was talking to Train about Ace's haircut.
Yeah, how'd that conversation go?
The way she described him, he sounded like he looked pretty cute. Little short,
What?
maybe, but cute.
What? My dishwasher is leaking.
Damn.
Get Ace away from it, please.
Suck
What?
one.
Sam used to lick up our dishwasher fluid on the floor if it leaked.
Oh.
Oof.
Well. Anyways.
When I look ahead, it's a wind up dead. If you don't listen to what Steve says, even then you might still wind up dead. Caught in a tornado, get smoked by your neighbor shed. When I look ahead, when I look ahead, Billy's gummy bears. Chew 'em with your mouth.
Weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your mouth.
You chew them with your damn mouth. The Red Sox welcome the New York Metropolitans to Fenway Park this, I was almost going to say weekend, the beginning of this week. Monday, game 1, 6:45 p.m. Eastern, first pitch. You'll notice they're all that time. 56 degrees, yuck, cloudy, 14% chance of rain. 19,
What?
yeah, this is going to suck for you. 19-mile-an-hour winds blowing out
What?
towards the monster. Bad weather on Monday. It's just not going to be a fun,
What? Is it going to be
cozy
cold?
night. It's
That's
going to be
56
borderline
is
cold. And that's going to get lower as the night goes on. That's not
So
going to be a comfy
What time
night.
is it going to be at like 10?
What time? It's going to be 10.
That was a trick question. You got it.
I nailed that one.
Yeah.
Dude. And you
That
tried to
was a trick
sneak it in on me
question.
until
Yeah.
you said it quick. You're like, he's not going to get this right.
Yeah.
What's the weather going to be like at 10?
That's not what I fucking asked you.
No one
Steve.
asked that. No one
Okay.
cares.
Game 2, also a 6:45 p.m. start. 55 degrees, cloudy.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Steve?
What? You think I picked the weather? Come on. Now.
I mean, you're the
It's
weather
pretty fucked
guy.
up.
You're the weather guy. You got to know
Pretty
a guy,
fucked up.
you know?
Hey, Noah guy, fix the weather. 5% chance of
Yeah.
rain, 10-mile-an-hour winds blowing out.
This is
to right.
Tuesday?
That's Tuesday, game 2. Yep.
Yeah.
Game 3, series finale, Wednesday, crochet day, 6:45 p.m. Stop. No, what? Do you have a go-to start time now? Is that going to be added to the list here? Now I'm right at 50 degrees. It's not what you want. 50 degrees. This series kind of sucks weather-wise. Cloudy the entire series. Highest percentage chance of rain is the finale, 24% chance of rain, which becomes 44% chance of rain as the game goes on. 14 mile. Is Connor Wong catching the finale? 14-mile-an-hour winds blowing out towards the triangle. So yeah, cloudy series against the Mets as Juan Soto is set to make his Fenway debut as a member of the New York Mets. That is your weather look ahead, brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. You chew them with your mouth.
Yeah. All right. T, you got any final thoughts? The password got promoted?
Yeah, that was going to be it. Justinson Garcia promoted up to AAA. I know a lot of people immediately kind of jumped to the conclusion that, that means there's a spot open in Worcester's outfield and he can, that means Roman Anthony's coming up to the big leagues. Does not look that way, but he's put together a really solid performance down in the minors this year. Returned to Portland, obviously, after a short stint last year, but overall for him, like 266, 369, 385, 754, only 3 home runs, but in terms of K percentage, it's stuck at 21%, and he's doubled his walk rate from 7% to almost 14%. So I think he's showing some real strong control of the zone. The hit tool has also been, I think, a little bit better than a lot of people thought it was initially. Obviously, the power hasn't played, but he's in Portland. That ballpark is not easy to hit in at this time of year. We saw that with Roman and Marcelo a year ago. So yeah, up to Worcester now, and I think he's another guy. You look at his depth, but should be probably a pretty popular trade market name come the trade deadline because there's really not room for him in the outfield, considering we don't have room for Roman Anthony right now.
The McMahon.
The reaction from New Yorkers about the Knicks win has warmed my cold, dead heart. It's made me appreciate what's happened here more because it's not Knicks fans that you see online going crazy, saying all sorts of stuff. Knicks fans, I'm happy for, truly. Yankee fans, however, have treated this win like it erases all of the bad that's happened over the last 21 years. And that's because this is the only thing the whole city can grasp onto. They're split football-wise. They're split baseball-wise. The Mets fans who will be dealing with this week, we've never had a problem with Mets fans. To my knowledge, there's no problem with Islanders fans or Rangers fans outside of the fact that it's New York. Knicks fans, there's never been a problem with, because it doesn't really matter. Like, the Knicks have been bad forever. The Celtics have either been really, really good or they're tanking. That's it. There's never been any room for there to be this crazy Knicks-Celtics rivalry. So when I see the vitriol come out, it's not fuck the Celtics. You see people saying it's fuck Boston. And it brings me so much joy that we've caused these people irreversible pain over the last 25 years. They had such an upper hand and blew it. And Aaron Boone reminds them of it like every day. Like, he's like, hey, remember when they came back from 03? Every day. Like, there wasn't a single fan when the Celtics were down 1-3 that won that game 5 that didn't think like, fuck, they're going to do it again. Like, they view us as such a threatening presence to their day-to-day life. And that brings me a tremendous amount of joy.
Thank you, Coley. Steven?
Yeah, saw something at the ball yard after the walk-off by Rafael Devers that it just grinded my gears, and I wanted to mention it on here. Raffy hits the homer, and, there with Mikey, we're going nuts, having fun. Fenway's going crazy. Gave you just a little glimpse into what we can all have this summer if the team just cooperates. And I did notice in, filming the walk-off and everything that Raffy ran into the clubhouse. I'm like, well, he's not doing that walk-off interview. That's not happening. Right now, I don't fully blame him. He's not doing the media stuff. That's fine. But you should probably expect that based on how things are going recently. Ken Rosenthal, doing the sideline for Fox Sports, was none too pleased about this. And when Abby, who's with the PR team with the Red Sox, has been for a while, brought Jaron Duran up to Rosenthal, he just straight up was like, no, it's Rafael Devers or nobody. And Jaron's standing right fucking there. And I'm like, dude, this is not it, at all. Jaron was about to step back and go into the dugout. I mean, it's Jaron. He's basically going to be like, what? Fuck you, dude. I'm not, if you're telling me no to my face, I'm just going to leave and go to the clubhouse and celebrate with my guys. You think I want to be here right now? I'd rather just be hanging with my dudes after a walk-off homer. Didn't love how Ken handled it, honestly.
Wow.
He had this I've never been a huge Ken Rosenthal guy. I think he's always kind of had this greater than thou vibe to him a little bit. I'll never forgive him for bringing up the A-Rod situation in the 8th inning of the Red Sox about to sweep the Rockies in the 07 World Series. It is what it is. You're not going to love everybody in this industry, but I don't know. Ken Rosenthal's always kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I saw that happen, and I was just like, dude. And after a second, I think he realized how rude that act was of just to Jaron's face being like, I don't want to interview you. I want the guy that just hit the walk-off homer. He kind of snapped into it. It was like, wait, I shouldn't be doing that. It's like, fine. And he waved him on. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is that, dude? But credit to Jaron Duran for how he handled that, because that was an awkward situation.
He didn't swing on him.
Shocked. Dude, Mikey pointed it out, and I'm like, wait, what's happening right now? And you realize real quick what was going on. Ken was pissed that they didn't get Raffy. And it's like, dude, know the situation. You also know that Ken was definitely going to ask Devers about the first base, a billion %.
Nothing about the home run. Nothing about
Absolutely.
He wouldn't have asked him about it, but he would have included it in the question. He would have been like, Raffy, you told the team to go fuck themselves when they asked you to play first base. Now you're here, walk-off home run. How does it all feel?
How does it feel? I know at the end he would have done one of those, and I have to ask, even though you don't. By the way, even though you don't have to ask, he would go, I couldn't, do this without finishing with this, and Raffy would have been pissed and everything. So anyway, big picture wise, didn't love that from Ken. Loved how Jaron handled it. He did that interview and another interview for Fox Sports after that. I think for the post game show, but yeah, it kind of grabbed my gears seeing that. But Also, just quick shout out to everybody at Fenway Park. That came up and said they love the hat because it's a great hat. So that was really cool to see. Appreciate you guys.
I also will add.
Hold on.
What's this about to be?
No, I'm just thinking it over.
Are you on the
spending
fart?
the people who like the hat?
A lot of people came up and said, "Don't listen to Jared, man. It's a good hat." I'm just saying what people said.
Those people are fucking idiots.
Whoa.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
No,
These
they
are
are.
listeners of the show. These are supporters of the program.
I don't care. Idiots, I say.
Do you care?
Dumbasses. No.
A lot of people too. A lot of people came up too. Hey, love
it's
the
probably
hat.
like 3.
No, it was a lot. It was a lot. Why would I lie about how many people said the hat's good?
What about that little kid that was like, the hat sucks, go fuck yourself, and his dad was
that was actually the one kid that said it sucked. Yeah, you saw the one that was like, the hat sucks.
Yeah,
I was actually impressed that the kid said that. I was like, you know what? Credit to you, kid. Most kids be like, hey, great hat. But he was like, I hate your hat.
I actually made a mistake because Amanda, who we all know as the number one Jaren Duran fan, and Grace, like I thought it was just like a, hey, look at, like, we're at Fenway, and I retweeted it blindly. Little did I know when I saw them after the game.
Why did you retweet that?
Little did I know after the game, because I just trusted them. I just blindly trusted them.
They were like, this hat's awesome, and then you just tossed it.
Which was a mistake by me for blindly trusting. I'm just too good of a guy. I'm too trusting of a guy. And I saw them after the game, and lo and behold, it was a group of 4. Half of them had the hat on.
Yeah, great hat.
And I was like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing wearing that hat? And like, we like the hat. I was like, no, you don't. You don't like the hat. I think
Grace got it first. Grace had the hat first. And I asked her where she got it, and she said Team Store, and I got the last one.
So Grace started this.
I've already said this on the pod. You were doing the fart sound when I said it.
He did say it.
You got it because Grace got it?
You didn't hear it because you were playing the fart sound. That's why you didn't hear it last time. But Grace had it first.
Fart sound?
I understand she got it first. Did you get it because she got it?
Well, I got it because it's a cool hat, and then I asked her where she got it. She said Team Store. Boom, went to the Team Store.
Oh, so you got it because Grace had it.
I got it because it's a cool hat. I wanted the hat, like other people want the hat.
But you didn't really picture yourself wearing the hat until you saw it on Grace's head.
Well, because I didn't know the hat existed until I saw it on Grace's head.
So what
those
you're
are different
saying?
things.
So Steve, what you're saying is that
Shout out
Grace is patient zero of the hat.
Yes. Yeah. She's the hat OG in terms of like getting it out there, and then I put it to my audience, basically our audience.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no Steve audience. We know that right now.
I'm so trained now with Jerry that the second I said I'm like, he's gonna be like, fuck it, dude. It was fucking stupid.
First of all,
it's stupid fucking audience. Who the fuck?
First of all, how are we gonna have this discussion without asking for Cake's takes? We haven't done that. Cake's takes.
Yeah, I mean, it was a huge series win for my Yankees this weekend.
Oh my God!
This guy sucks.
You know
I'd
what?
be kicked off the pod by now.
Whoa!
That's for
Cake.
That's for Cake.
That's
Cake. That's not Jake. That's Cake.
I love all year. It's gonna say Cake 1. Well, at this rate, it's gonna say Cake like 30. I don't know.
Yeah,
I bet Cake loves Ben Rice.
No,
probably.
That's just
No, Cake's like, nah, that's one too far.
Cake is gonna chase you down in the suspension rankings, brother.
I'm nervous.
Cake is unhinged, brother.
I just don't like his general disposition.
No, man. No. Bring back Jake. Bring back Jake. Jake, if you can hear us. I think the Sox have to sweep to break the Cake curse. Even if the Red Sox win a series, I still think we have Cake. Right, Cake?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the banishment for Jake in Egypt is reinstated after the Red Sox sweep. I think that's an easy one.
Does it matter?
Okay.
It has to be at least 3 games, or what if they win a 2-game? What if they sweep a 2-game series? Did we get Jake back or no?
It's got to be 3 or 4.
Okay.
And they got to be above 5. Like it's going to be above.
It's going to mean something
too. Yeah, it can't just be like we're down 15 in the standings.
We're stuck with Cake for a while. Then
could be Cake.
You're like, I think we got Cake the rest of the season at this point.
we might have Cake until 2026.
Coley.
I know we've talked about this, but was it after the fucking Cardinals series where you Jerry, we're
I
like,
didn't say
is this
shit.
team ever going to see 500 again?
Oh,
We were
right.
like, no way in hell.
I mean, can we be
No
honest though?
way.
That was a high that we hadn't experienced in a while. Coming off
For
that Sunday
sure.
night game.
It hasn't aged like immediately
No.
aged poorly. Like,
Well,
it
so
was
then
very much-
It
there's
disappeared
nothing,
fast.
There's nothing to age. The answer to the question is, will they ever see 500 again? Yeah. The answer is yes.
Should we ask it again right now? Now that they're 2 under,
They'll be
it's
they'll hit
yes on both ends.
500 twice in the next 7 days. They will.
Hopefully.
I agree.
Hey, if they
You get-
lose the
you
first
get the
2 of
Mets
this
taking
series,
3.
Huh?
you lose
You
the
picked the Mets
first
to
2
sweep.
of this series.
never
You're
right
an
on the
even
prediction.
500 since them winning the World Series.
I
would be
never
something.
get the predictions right. So me saying that
No, for
the Mets
sure.
are going to sweep eliminates that option.
Let's hope. There was a manager stat, Jerry, that you had
Oof.
sent to the group earlier.
We should not even mention it.
No.
Just a stat.
I don't
It's a
know what
rough
the
one.
fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
You sent it. That's the only way I saw it.
I saw it and I said, Steve?
Yeah, we were talking about 2-game series for a brief second there. There's only one all season. Can you guess who it's against? Because I was
the
very
Twins.
surprised. It's the fucking Orioles
Oh.
of all teams. What a random 2-gamer. I don't know if they've ever played them.
When is that?
Late August. The schedule's almost did it. Almost said
This
it.
is the last week before it's like every Thursday's off for the next 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Very strange.
They
I'll
play the
also
Orioles
add-
Thursday. They got one Thursday game from then until August 21st. It's wild.
The fact that nobody got video of Craig Breslow running up to Rafael Devers' locker for a fist
Oh,
bump. I'm
thank
very
you for reminding me of that.
Very
Thank you.
disappointed.
Who had that? Cotillo?
Yes.
It was like, after the walk-off bomb, Breslow ran up to Raffy to give him a fist bump. That would have
What
been
did he sound
the
like?
most...
What did he sound like?
Oh, give me a little fist bump, my motherfucker!
Devers just misses his hand and hits his fucking chin.
That's right, motherfucking cock fucking balls. The way you shit ass hit that fucking thing.
Oh man, my motherfucker!
Everyone's just like, yeah, Raffy's just like dick.
That's why they lost Sunday. Now we know why they lost Sunday.
Yeah,
Breslow came in to celebrate.
What's up, my motherfuckers?
He's just McLovin from Superbad now. That's all he is.
Oh, man. Good times. Good times.
We're all just shitting around in this clubhouse. After a big fucking dick slapping win.
Oh, good hit, my motherfucker.
Son of a my motherfucker. No one's like ever.
So good.
And he's like running to him too, like,
Yeah.
hey, my motherfucker over here.
With both middle fingers up at the same
Yeah. Oh, fucking bitch ass walk off.
Oh, man. Cake, book Craig Breslow. I want to ask him some stuff.
Big hit by motherfucker.
Yeah, he.
swear word.
Especially after the combo, they just said like, "Hey, we just been through a lot, my motherfucker. Big hit."
Yeah. I was told that's how it went. That's how it went down. So
yeah, multiple reports.
yeah. Anonymous sources. It was Chris Cotillo in the elevator. He told me.
Yeah, saw Cotillo at Yard House after the finale, and he was like, by the way, it's so many people being like, you should know what Devers said because you speak Spanish. Cotillo, stop hiding from it. You're Chris Cotillo.
Yeah.
All right. Like, we know you know Spanish, and you do this
Yeah,
whole
he does
like,
know.
it's Cotillo, and it's just
No,
not.
It's not.
Never has been.
No. T?
I'd like for Chris to take his shirt off and put a picture on the internet because he's all the time always has smoke
He
for my
gets on
physique.
you.
I want to see Chris's shirt off because I think we're built quite similar.
Wow.
No offense.
Do you
I think
think he
actually
gets-
I'm a little taller than he is.
Do you think he gets chirped on flights?
Absolutely true.
Definitely.
Couple
I
Oompa
definitely think
Loompas
he
over
gets
there.
chirped on
Yeah.
flights.
You are substantially taller than him.
Yeah, like I'd play left tackle. He's playing center. Let's just put it that way. But I just want
Wow.
to see the body. I want to see what it looks like.
All right, let's do a wet t-shirt contest at the next Section 10 live show.
I'm down.
You
Beyond
versus
down.
Cotillo.
Oh, secondly, the people that saw that weird patch on my back when I
Oh,
ripped my
yeah, you
shirt
gotta
off in
address
Fenway.
that.
Listen, it was an icy hot patch. I've been having back problems for like 3 weeks. I'm in a lot of pain recently.
Shout out Puff.
Shout out Puff. But
Yeah.
when I got to Fenway, I knew that we were going to be moving around a lot, so I taped 2 of them to my back and I popped 4 ibuprofen. It got me through the night.
This guy is in like the training room getting worked on just to fucking sit on the monster and watch a baseball game.
Yeah, I had a big night coming up. I had to collect a free jersey
Yeah.
and sit on the monster. Like, come on.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
working through a lot right now.
Dude's got like 3 icy hot patches on his back and popping 4 ibuprofen to sit down and watch a baseball game and get free shit.
I post,
He's the
baby.
youngest person here by far.
Yeah.
Oh, easily.
I post.
Who knows how old Cake is? Jesus.
Yeah, that's true.
Unbelievable. I like how you tried to rope me into that untied in the 8th. You're like, you've had back problems, right?
I
It's
don't
like,
know. You're tall.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever, bro.
All right. We'll be back Wednesday night, Thursday morning for you guys. Are we now on that? No. They play Thursday this week. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's a long
unobstructed
stretch.
views. And then after that, it's a bunch of Thursdays off until like August.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to that. Thursday night. Thursday night's going to be like Ray Donovan night.
jerk off night, apparently.
Yeah. Tyler's talking about things that I'm not going to be doing.
Dick pound.
You
Yeah.
said I'm the one doing it.
Oh!
You know what? Cake, cut that.
Yeah.
Who's doing it?
Who's doing it, T?
Martha. That's the only correct answer. Any other answer would have been a bad answer. So Martha.
Jesus.
No shit.
You can't
Love
get
you,
out of
babe.
your own way, T. Shout out Martha. Shout out Puff.
Shout him out.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, you know what?
Okay.
My
Uh-oh.
sister backed
Yeah.
into my car 2 days ago in the driveway. Fuck her while I'm here.
Whoa!
That's it. You can end the podcast.
Whoa!
That's it. I'm
Yikes.
sorry.
That's your sister.
Yeah, and she backed into my fucking car like an idiot.
So what?
Clean it up, kid.
So
Jeez.
what?
It was right before my birthday dinner.
So what?
Oh, don't hit my car when I'm about
So
to have the
what?
farm.
You drive a
Fucking
piece of
dumb
shit,
sister.
probably.
No,
What is
I
it?
hate my
What?
dumb
What?
sister. She's so annoying.
Don't talk
Yeah.
about the Batmobile like that, buddy, okay? You've never
That's
rode in it. You don't know what it's
crazy.
like.
I
Oh,
never will.
never.
You're too dangerous of
Never.
a driver. Yeah. Too unpredictable.
RAV4 is the last forever.
Yeah. Shout out Puff. All right. We'll see you guys Thursday. Go Red Sox. Ba doop doop doop.
Buenas noches, amigos.